what's good?
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another High Ground Friday. We are happy to be here. We have some special things to talk about today and reveal. So definitely
Let's
tune
hope.
in.
What's
Let's
up,
hope.
Daniel? What's up, David? My escape world, what's up? My
Daniel,
PSA,
David, my escape world. What's
my
up? What's up?
PSA order, guys. I'm so excited. Before we jump into that,
hmm
any pickups? Any pickups that you
No,
got?
no pickup. I did get a pickup. It just didn't make it yet. But yeah, no pickups this week besides the comics, which I am thoroughly happy about. I'll probably just show. I actually don't know what my favorite cover is actually for issue one. What's yours?
My favorite cover.
Probably cover A, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my favorite one. I really like the Donald Mustard one, but I think it's just the orange.
Yeah.
Um, oh, you know what? Suki. The one with Suki's my favorite. I don't have her in hand yet.
Oh, if we're doing those, then
I
out
mean,
of all of
that's
those,
number one.
yeah, I was talking about like what you had in hand, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay, the
yeah,
one I
yeah.
don't even have the Don Mustard in hand. I only have the first one on hand.
Yeah, but if we go through all of them, yeah, I think Suki wins that for sure.
This is a good one though. I really like
Yeah,
this one.
yeah,
That's a really nice one.
yeah. Sent off my first sub ever.
What's up, Matt?
Hey, that's what's up, David.
I did pick up one of these. I don't think I showed that last time,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it doesn't have the
Welcome to
mailing.
the club. Welcome to the club.
Now the question is, can we get these pressed by chance?
I didn't look into that. I didn't look into that. That's a good question.
Because
I
I'm
was
gonna get mine graded. I think.
I was laughing at myself though, because like when I was looking at it to see what grade it would get, I'm like I know anything about grading
I
magazines.
remember
Like,
you told me like what you thought it would get, and I was like, I don't know how to say
well, I
what I would
looked at
get.
I looked at it, but I'm like, even then, you still don't know. So I'm like, I don't know.
So
Oh, that's a good question.
let's share the screen real quick.
AKA Bog, what's up, bro?
Yo, what's up? He came in for my order. We're talking
Oh,
comics. AKA Bog knows all about the comics,
yes,
guys.
OG.
Hit up AKA Bog's YouTube. Yes, Jenna's first cameo appearance. That's big.
Uh-huh.
It was long. It was an overly long issue. I really liked it. So for the best one of these, I really like Suki, but I think the most important one is this one here because I really like the Imagined. I think she's a major character, and I think she has a lot of personality, and a lot
Yeah.
can be done with her. So I really think cover A is the best cover
Yeah,
to get.
and then actually for me, I completely agree. And then it goes. It's actually in order to me. Like cover B has that importance too, with the origin and the
Origin.
scientist, the second appearance of the foundation, if that ever comes into play for a collector or anything like that. But yeah, I think this is great.
I
This is
mean,
great,
Sloan, this is her first cover appearance,
which is major,
which
super
is major. So AKA
Yeah.
Bog's right. He says it's gonna be hard to find. It's a 1 in 50. It's gonna be the rare one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
So
as
hold
long,
on.
especially if she becomes a long-term like villain.
Yeah. So my dollar cost average came in amazing. Let's just say that. Super overpaid for this one. And then my comic book
You
shop
got
came
like
in.
free.
Yeah, my comic book shop came in beautifully. I got every single comic, including the 1 to 25 and 1 to 50 for $50. So
So
pretty much an average of $9.
we bought
Yeah.
that comic from the same person. I think mine hasn't come
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I haven't gotten mine. I want the 1 of 25.
Yeah. Plenty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so if you guys don't know these, the Suki one is 3,000 copies, and then these two here with Meowskulls and Midas were also 3,000 copies only.
Yeah. First of all, the fact that my skateboard already has the price on it is ridiculous. My
We're gonna go for
skateboard,
the Sloan variant.
I'm gonna leave that to you.
That's crazy. I still haven't bought an original sketch cover for one yet. I don't for any of these. I had to get one. I don't know which one.
What opinion? We'll go into that later. Yeah, that when it comes to original comics, but I mean covers and pages and everything. But yeah, I'll just say it real quick. Me and Dylan had the same point of view when it came to the foundation artwork compared to 0 Point artwork. It was like eons different, but they also had two different feels to it. So I definitely gave that a pass. Like the artist for Foundation did great for what it was supposed to be.
I would have to say my biggest takeaway. Well, first of all, if you got, are we doing spoilers here? Did everybody read the comics?
Spoiler for anybody watching the playback, anybody in the live, we're gonna do a couple spoilers, and then we'll do something later on.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the PSA order here shortly, but we just want to talk about the comics real quick.
Yeah.
So for some of the spoilers, I was surprised. If you read Zero Point, Fistix died, and I remember asking Rob, I was like, "Well, does that mean he's dead? Dead? Because
Yeah.
he was outside the loop." Well, they actually made it obvious in the comics. They brought it back up in a funny way too. It was kind of messed up because 8-Ball was like Fistix because his what do you call it? His looped version. His what they call it?
Snapshot.
His snapshot dies in the fight, and 8-Ball stops, and he's like, he goes, he said, "No, Fistix, what happened?" And he goes, "Don't worry, that's not Fistix." He goes, "Oh, thank God." He goes, "Fistix already died."
He's like, "What?"
That
was great. That was great.
Yeah. So Fistix is officially dead.
Yeah.
Take that for what you want. I mean, you could still get a backstory later on, but he is dead.
Yeah, facts, AK. Yeah, that was definitely major. Especially where they did it. Like I think it was perfect. It was perfect.
It's almost, and he says sorry, but it was kind of cold.
Yeah,
Like he's like,
it is what it is.
it's like it's not like he like the Foundation's not like mean or anything like that, but he straight to the facts kind of person, right? He's not going to like not tell somebody. He's just gonna tell them how it is. I'm sorry for your loss. He's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that means long term for the character Fistix because he played such a big part in the game. So many people play with him.
It seems like they're heading towards. That might be pushing it. I don't know. Like, do you think they're gonna consistently bring his snapshots in almost as like a little troll / funny thing, the way they did Pilly in the game where he always gets killed in like in every like event or something that besides this one. But I don't know. I'm interested to see what happens with that. He is the first character to die in the comics and in the game. I don't know.
And they didn't leave it up for people's opinions. They made it a fact, like, he died. Like, people are dying here. So that was one of my biggest takeaways. The other thing I took away is I really, really like the Imagined. And I told Rob this. This is a weird theory, but I don't think she's human. Ooh, take that for what y'all want, but I don't think she's human. There's a couple. We're gonna have to go into it later in detail.
We know what y'all are originally here for. We'll do that, then we'll get into our comic book stuff for sure. So, yeah. Let's do that.
Okay,
so wait, Dylan Smiles looks a little different this week after 4.5 years. He got his PSA order back.
It's taken forever, guys. It took a year to get this order back. As you can see, I've got 3 boxes here.
He has some heat in this too, for sure. So I'm excited for this.
Heat. We'll see.
Stop it, yo. Okay, watch how offensive he is when it's great, bro.
I'm excited. So should I just start with the first box here?
Yeah, it's Fishstick the new Kenny. Yes, he's the new Kenny.
I don't know if I'm gonna
that smile look a little different, don't it? He might.
Guys, I'm just glad that it's about the cards, not the grading company.
Dale, how many weeks you give it? I'll give it 3 weeks. He definitely.
Okay, I would be lying. I would be lying when I got the email that it was only $30 a card. I didn't contemplate it. But I'd be lying if I didn't. But so I don't try to make sure which way are the grades.
While Dylan opened that My Escape World, I completely agree with you. I hope that 8-Ball gets more FaceTime throughout this comic for sure, throughout these issues, because I like 8-Ball a lot. Dill for sure. Dylan definitely go for that.
I don't know. I'm still SGC fanboy though, so we shall see. Now I've never done a review like this, so do you guys want me to cover the grades? How do y'all want me to do this? I'll just start it. Y'all tell me if y'all think.
Cover the first one, then let it run.
Oh, so just cover the first one?
Yep, that one, and then after that, just pull them off.
All right.
Maybe pull from the bottom on the next one, bottom up, so you can at least see what card it is.
So this is a 9. I mean, I could always do it like this too.
Dylan, tell David how long this return was.
It was over a year, so I sent it back last March.
Uh-huh.
Oh shit! So it's been a year and 3 months. That's a long return.
Wait, okay. Yep. And
So
that
that's
is which one? So
oh,
those are both.
whoops,
Woo, dang, you didn't
my
even
bad.
the big. So that's my
y'all
favorite
did,
one out of all of
y'all
them.
distracted me there.
Well,
That's
that's
not
that's
bad.
major right there.
My fault. I'm about to put that one there. I don't know what this one is either. Oh, another 10.
David Wright.
Yeah, lowest service.
Oh,
So this is a
come
Italy.
on.
So when I tell you guys I like Italy cards too. Now it doesn't say Italy on there, so take that for what y'all want.
My goodness.
I don't really care. Actually, I should just make sure.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's Italy. I should look at the pop reports after this. So this is another Italy.
That eye. That's a good eye right there, bro.
And I bought all of these as singles off eBay. So and a 9. Another 9.
That Rex. OG.
I do like Rex.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I was eyeing that one on Facebook, but it's
I know
so
you
damaged.
was.
Okay, here we
Oh
go.
man.
So this was
Ooh.
I've told this story before. This right here is the very first cracked ice card I ever got, and I got it from the Target down the street from the Mega Box. So it was pretty much a $10 card then, right?
Let's see.
Let's
Oh
go.
my goodness.
That's a banger right there.
Come on, bro.
Now we got a 10 hollow.
Uh-huh.
All of my hollows are USA. Just so y'all know, because I pulled up all of the fat packs.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take that. So we've only gotten 10s and 9s so far.
I would. You can answer this for yourself, but it looks like it was a little worth the wait if you ask me.
Oh my gosh! Of course it was worth the wait. Another 10.
They took pity on you for waiting 2 years.
I had a lot of cards to go through when I did this. I will say I had to approve the price, so I saw some of the grades, but I did my best not to like stare at them, so I don't remember all of them.
Yeah,
there's some that I do know for sure what I got, but like I had no idea what this is. Like I don't know what this haul is about to be. But I did have to approve the overcharge because they charged me double.
Yeah.
So I had to look at there to see what they charged me for.
9.
Nice. All right, this is a base Black Knight. Oh, sweet.
10. Nice.
I couldn't remember what my base Black Knight's got. A 9. Light. Now, I sent all my stuff in a certain order, so I should have a Black Knight Hollow coming here.
It might be next. Check it before you pull it up. Yep, there you go.
All right.
Yep.
So I know what this is.
Yeah, I know this one too.
This is the one I had to check because they did upcharge me for it a little bit. So unfortunately, I've been getting 9s and 10s, right? And then they give me an 8 on this here. So I wanted to see what got this an 8.
Yeah, look. Let's do the check.
I mean, y'all tell me, does that look like an 8?
Turn it to the back.
Yeah, let me see the back. There's a little bit of white in the bottom right.
The bottom right.
Barely.
Maybe a little at the top right. It's not major.
Yeah. I mean, an 8.
You could resub that for SGC if you really wanted to.
That's pretty brutal. That's a nice looking Black Knight. I'm not gonna lie.
It looks pretty good.
So it's funny that they kept giving me 9s and 10s, but the Black Knight they gave me an 8. So
they were brutal on that one. I'm not gonna lie. That looked like a 9 to me.
At least a 9, yeah.
That's true. Did you see any dimples on it?
Let me look here. I do not see any dimples through the case at all. But then again, it's already graded, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Right.
But that's true. It could be surface issues. You can never know, right? But and then a 9 for that one. That's the first box. All right,
First box.
I like to put all mine in the sleeves so they don't get scratched up. So I'm gonna try to be very careful with those. Now, someone was asking, what am I going to do with all of these? Like, am I going to sell them? And I'm not selling any of my shards, I don't think, for
smart guy
any soon. It's possible some of the base cards or hollows I put up, but I'm keeping all my shards. Probably my 10 hollows. I may sell like some 9s, maybe. I haven't fully decided yet. But like, you know, I'm collector first, so unless something comes up and I need to sell.
You can with the submission you did, you can make a lot of moves like collection wise, like
like trading.
Yeah.
Where is? There we go.
Facts, my escape world.
Yeah, that's true. But like, I'm not too concerned unless like I need the money. I don't ever plan to really sell these or Fortnite cards that I like anyway.
Oh.
So I was so excited to send. I wish I'd sent more in of these. Yeah. This is one of my favorite reloaded cards. I wanted to send in the what was it? What's the other one I like?
Oh, Rocket Ride?
Rocket Ride. So I need to find a good one. I'm gonna send that in. So let's see what they gave me.
Dude, same. I feel you, bro.
So I got a 10 on the Rocket Ride.
Dude, so that card looks amazing.
I have no idea what this is worth, but that's a PC for me. I don't even have that skin, but I remember it because I used to play that during that season all the time, and I just really like the. I actually know this designer. I actually follow this designer that drew this, so I think that's why I like it so much.
Black Ash, what's up, bro?
We got the end event 9. Yeah. I already had the 9.5 in SGC. So this is pretty sweet.
Now that one definitely looked better in the SGC slab. Can't argue that one. Black border.
Jonesy, another 9. These were hard.
Catalyst.
Now, when I thought I sent in a links, so I sold my links, and I sent in a catalyst, and I don't know. I had this skin. I think that's why I did. 9. Oh, you did? That's amazing.
Crazy.
I know a lot of the artists are on Dribble, so I was following them for years before even Fortnite. So I recognized the art style for that guy. I didn't even think about trying to get the original from that. Black Knight. 8. What am I on? So if my hollow got an 8 instead of this. Let's see. This one's actually really clean.
That's a pretty clean card.
Yeah, it's a pretty clean one.
Italy?
This one's Italy. And like I sent these in so long ago that I didn't put the Italy at USA.
Yeah. 9.
Oh, this is one of my favorite cards. I'm a big Hush fan. This is USA, of course, right here. And a 9. I can always live with a 9. I'm not mad with a 9.
Yeah.
That's such a clean card. That's sweet.
Tomato head. Italy.
9. I think an Italy and a 9 is a steal.
Black Ash at Era BK?
No, this was before I found the Era Black Knight. So it was just a regular one. I will be sending in my Era ones once I get enough of them to prove it's an error. 9. This is going to be USA. Oh, I forgot about this card. Royal Knight was one of the skins I wore the most. Not Royal Knight, a Blue Squire.
Yeah.
I used to wear this all the time.
OG.
And I got a 9.
9, not bad at all.
I'm not mad with that. That's a beautiful card. I should put her with my Dark Bomber. A 10 for the holo. Oh my gosh. Guys, look. Do I even like this card?
I don't know, bro. You seem on the fence about that one.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Dude, that's a fact.
I've been waiting for these babies right here. Now I sold one of my auras, so I'm happy to have these back. The reason why I was allowed to sell one is because now you guys know I looked at these. I couldn't resist looking at these. When I say these, is because there's more than one. Okay. And this one is also a 10. Let's go. All right. And we got some hollows here. And 10. And they kind of stick together. Ooh, be careful. Well, you know what? I'm just going to just show these because these are all the same here. Except for the Optichrome.
The Opti.
Which also got a 10. And then another Optichrome. And
Come on, bro.
Another Optichrome.
The full set out here.
So every single aura I sent in got a 10. So I couldn't be mad.
My goodness.
I could not be mad. So I have one more box left here. This one's a lot lighter, so
yeah. That was a crazy run right there. 3 Optichrome PSA 10s is nuts.
All right, I only have 2 cards in here, it looks like. I don't even know what the cards are.
You said you didn't send a rocket right in, right?
No, I guess I didn't have a good enough copy of one. Oh, these are reloaded cards though. So this is showing which cards I think are cool. And it's got an 8. Now, reloaded is really hard. But this was a card I thought was going to do better than an 8, but I'm not mad about that.
That's clean for reloaded too, because reloaded be taking some hits.
And I went ahead and sent a season 2 one also.
Did they put it in? Oh, no. Oh, okay, got you.
No, they put it in differently, I guess.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that though. It looks dope.
Yeah, it's and this one and this one.
It's moving, right?
Yeah, this one's moving. So if you guys look, how can I show that? Now none of my you saw that? There you go.
Yeah.
None of my Italy cards move for my SGC one, but this one definitely does. And that might be why they stopped doing them. I'm not sure. But that's the only one that's been moving, so they do. And you can actually feel that one. Is this one moving?
Shake it.
Yeah, both of these are moving.
Yeah,
I'm not worried about shaking these because I have so many of these. I just want them graded. So that was it.
That was amazing.
What was your favorite pool, guys? I'm curious to know. What do you guys think was your favorite card?
I told you mine's, but not like looking at how good you did with the Aura Optichromes. I'll say Skull Ranger was definitely my favorite though. Like seeing that PSA 10 Skull Ranger was dope. And you can't go wrong with Dark Bomber. Dark Bomber is definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, I really like Dark Bomber. I'm really a fan of this one too.
Yeah.
Those are some of my favorite ones. But Dark Bomber and Aura and Skull Ranger, it's kind of hard. It's between these 3 up here.
That was a pretty versatile submission too.
Yeah, well, I only sent in the cards I really liked.
Yeah.
And then I got good grades. Oh, I can't forget my girl Hush.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. Yeah, thank you, Stray Kid. Appreciate it. Yeah, Aura Ice for sure is pretty dope. And the hollows and the
Optichrome. Yeah. You did great on Aura, bro.
I'm
was determined on that one.
I'm pretty happy. I have to say. Did I clean them off? I inspected them heavy. If anything, I just wiped them down with a really clean microcloth, maybe. If I saw dust, but most of the time I just looked really close under the light
Yeah.
at the edges. And at the time, I had 6 cracked ice auras
Mm-hmm.
when I sent these in. So I found my best 2. Um, so the
Good.
unpeely rainbow, nice, nice.
That gotta be the thumbnail tonight, bro. For this one, right there.
Okay.
That
So
right there.
we had to update the thumbnail.
Yeah. We gotta update the thumbnail for sure.
Well, do people want to know what you
No,
got?
no, you gotta put some of the you gotta put some of the mid tier on top of there. We'll do it
Yeah,
after. You gotta put some mid tier on there though.
it's just right above the grade,
Yeah. Just
like something like that.
right.
Well, you're coming in at a good time, Stray Kid.
Great time.
Because it's like cards are a lot cheaper. If you weren't here, some cracked ice cards were going for what, like 10K,
Mm-hmm.
11K. I'm not talking about Black Knight. We're talking
Mm-hmm.
about like Red
Red
Knight,
Knight.
Skull Troop. I mean, they were going for a lot.
It was pretty crazy for a while.
So prices have come down to a point where it's easier to collect, which I think is a good thing for the hobby because we're pro collect, right? Like we want you to
Mm-hmm.
collect what you um like if you like Reloaded,
Mm-hmm.
collect Reloaded.
And then so Stray Kid is clearly a new collector. If y'all have any advice for him from being in it for for some time, a lot of us has been in it for a while, definitely leave that comment down below or put it in the chat right now. Just give him some tips or something, anything you can,
Yeah.
from the master his collection.
Yep, just buy and hold. Yeah,
Yep.
series 1 star is 100 100 300. What did I buy? I bought, this was a little bit ago. I think y'all saw this. I got this card
Mm-hmm.
for under $200 if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And I really like the hunting rifle.
Yeah, I just got my hand on another PSA 9. I'm excited about that one.
So now the question is, I'm gonna have to compare these to my SGC, but my next order is definitely going to SGC still. But having these in person though is pretty nice.
Yeah. That yeah. You see, and then I mean, my favorite thing about the PSA slab, I always will say, is the QR code. I love the QR code. Like I can immediately take a picture from the back like that. Yeah, that's my favorite part
Well,
of the
also,
slab.
did they also, these look a little bit different?
No, yeah, they're different. They're
Are they updated?
the slab. Yeah, the front of the slab is a little different. The sides are a little bit more rigid, so they stack better.
Did it always say PSA down here at the bottom?
Not always. No, that's. Don't quote me, but I think it was over the past. I'm trying to remember when I got the first card that I had with that on there. I can't remember, but maybe somebody else know. But I know it was over it was like recent, like the past 6 months or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, they're still nice. Like I tell people, like PSA is the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
I just like both. I guess I'm not mad at PSA, SGC, or BGS.
I love BGS Slab. A lot of people don't like BGS Slab. I really like BGS Slab. I like all three, but BGA Slab thickness is what people don't like, and that's what I love about it, which is weird.
Oh yeah. I don't mind the thickness.
Yeah,
it's a nice looking card.
it feels good in hand.
Yeah, for sure. I just don't like any of those like other ones. Like I'm still not a fan of like HGA and stuff.
Nah.
Oh yeah, the drift has some crazy sales, man.
I was just talking to my skateboard. I was just talking to Dylan about this. Like, I'm like, he's had multiple upward of $2,000 sales. Like, even when the first down market, when it was remember that raw auction like maybe a year and a half ago, he did great in that auction. Like
he has a fan base. People like drift. We maybe have to look up, like, was that an active season?
Oh yeah, that was season 5. So it was season 4, and then season 5 was that summer season. This was when drift, and then it ran into then right after season 5 it ran into that dark bomber, and then but that 4, 5, 6 was amazing. Like drift was the one that I got my first convincing win in. So drift always got a special place there. I just haven't
remember
had a chance to get a shard.
Even at the time when I had drift, I always thought like his cloak was I loved his cloak.
Yeah.
But I always thought it was like so big, even at the time.
No, I wore him with the just the vest
with
and the mask. Yeah, that keep it simple. That was like
I've always liked him with the coat. I just really like that. Although I'm also a big fan of Calamity, and
yeah, because that was
she doesn't get enough love.
See, let me see. I want to see something real quick too.
Oh, I forgot I got Black Knight Hollow too.
I'm about to take it
So
down.
what
Okay.
does the chat think I should do with Black Knight Hollow? It's a PSA 8. Should I just crack it and sub it to SGC, or just leave it as is?
It's pretty clean. You love SGC. I don't I don't see a problem with it.
Because with those two, it will probably get a 9. Although, I
So
mean, I'm not mad at the grade. It was the only one I ever pulled.
yeah. So drift, I wanted to pull this up real quick. So back in July of 2021, right? Drift Raw would sold for 1,500, and this is when the market. This was the first down market, and this was the first time we saw shards up for auction. This was the first time we seen shards up for auction at that extent. That was like the first full collection. I think it was like 16 to 20 that sold at that time, and drift was the highest sell.
So, you know what we should do? If you guys remember on my website, FortniteCards.com, we used to have a timeline that had like the big sales.
Yeah,
Should we do something like that for like some of the major skins?
yeah.
Just like show like the price over time?
Yeah, it would help my phone a lot because I have about 100 screenshots from sales from like the past year. I just take the screenshot, even if it wasn't a card that I was interested in. I just do it as like a little data thing.
Because I remember watching like the mega boxes prices and
Mm-hmm.
just compare those of how crazy they went. Because there was
Yeah.
like 1 month span where like the Black Knight Hollow went from like 500
Mm-hmm.
and it just like shot up.
Yeah.
Same thing with the cracked ice. The cracked ice was like 1,000, then it was like 5,000, then it was like 20,000.
The first crazy, like I remember back then, like the first crazy play I did was like I sold a Black Knight base to get the Galaxy promo set card. Like that was like that's how solid the Black Knight base was back then. And that was raw.
Does anybody know how many Black Knight Hollow grades? Oh, for
Probably
I
for
you mean
PSA.
for PSA? Yeah, I looked. It's actually pretty surprising. Let me pull it back up here. Give you an updated count. For Aura, there's 19 cracked ice cards, 8 10s, 8 9s, and the rest are lower. For Black Knight, so I have 2 of those 8. That's pretty epic right there.
Yeah.
Let me see, Black Knight.
It's a 252.
Yeah, I'm trying to scroll to it. All right, here we are. Black Knight Hollow. 125 Black Knights are graded. 16 of those are 10s.
Only 16.
That's a crazy 10
That's
rate.
a crazy gem rate. My goodness.
16 out of 125 Black Knight Hollows made the 10.
Wow.
The 9, there's 55 9s, 38s, 12 7s, 9 6s, 2 5s. You know, what are those? It might be worth buying some of those DA Card World. Aren't those on Series 1 on sale there?
What?
The
Oh,
gravity feed.
the
Gravity
gravity
feed.
feed. Yeah, yeah, it's a
That
little
might
bit
be
cheaper
worth
now.
it.
For sure. 2 hollows.
Yeah, to get a hollow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's not a bad shot. Although I opened up so many cards trying to pull Black Knight Hollow, it was insane.
Man, my luck was crazy back then, but it never happened again.
You,
Who's sending in files?
I mean, at the time the prices
Yeah,
were, people were
yeah.
sending in anything, right? Um, because like, what about the Black Knight Cracked Ice? I bet you there's some low ones sent in for
What
that.
we at? Let me guess. We're at 36 USA shards now, right? Is it more?
Black Knight Shard, we're at 31.
31.
Only 31 Black Knight Shards have been graded. 8 of those are
Is it
10.
any? Is it any? 0.5s, 8.5s.
Yes.
Okay. So how
There's
many? One or two?
one.
One. Yeah.
So there's 8 10s, 9 9s, 4 8s, 3 7s, 3 6s, 2 5s, 1 4.
How many sevens?
For the cracked dice, 3.
Yo, hit me up. That's my spot right
That's
there.
your spot.
That's my spot right there.
Uh,
I don't play with that. I'll take a 7 any day.
I'll even take a freaking
Bro,
6.
I just want to look at the card. I don't care.
I've seen a PSA 1 worthy card before.
I'm not gonna lie. I know the person that got the PS5 and it PSA 5 and it looks great, like aesthetically. Obviously, you can see the
There's
the problem with it, but
there's
I ain't
no
mad at it.
PSA 3 Black Knight shards. There's 0 threes. Actually, wait, I'm wrong.
Black, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's 0 threes. There's 1 4. Three's my
Man,
lucky number though. I would grab a 3.
man, stop playing with me. I'll take them low grades any day. I ain't playing around.
At what
Listen,
price? At what price though?
yeah,
At
it
what
can't be
price?
crazy.
It can't be crazy, right?
I would do it like no lie, like I won't say a price, but I mean, like for instance, the PSA 5 is priced way too high right now. But if the price is right, I'm definitely taking it. But I ain't gonna get head cracked for it. That's not happening.
Yeah, I mean, I any card I like, I'm fine because the
Mhm.
cracked dice are rare.
And they're beautiful.
So
Like
like
I don't care if the corners is white.
Series 3, we already have like 40 Midases graded, but like for Series 1,
Yeah,
like it's taken us 3 years to get the 30 cracked dice cards graded.
yeah.
It's not easy for the Series 1.
Listen, I am definitely
You had it,
like,
Black Ash. You should have given it to me.
man, listen, for real, like, cause I'm not I have I don't I'm not even being dramatic. I love the Black Knight USA shard so much, but I don't even think about it. Like it doesn't even cross my mind because it's
Yep.
so out of my league. Like I don't even think about it. But when we get to that 7 to 6 talk, yo,
I
that
was
sparked my
never
interest.
Interesting enough. I was never in the market to buy a Black Knight,
Yeah,
but I was always trying to pull it.
right, right.
I remember trying to get the hollow, buying all those fat
Mhm.
packs, and that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Wasn't even I never had the skin in game,
Hmm.
but it was just like what I was just trying to pull that Grail card, you know.
Yeah. So we got a homie in here that's trying to pull this Black Knight out. So Black, I'm sorry, bro, but we got to talk about it. We got to talk. Forgive me, please.
Yo,
Um,
I didn't do this, Black Ash.
I have to, bro. Like, uh, yeah, this
Pull it.
is.
You want me to pull it up?
You know what? Oh God. I don't know.
You're messed up. He said,
I
"Let me
am.
talk."
Yeah, because you know why though? Because it is like it is so hard when you're preparing for an auction. You know what I mean? Like prepping for an auction is rough. Like, especially when you're, trying to do that. But I ain't gonna lie, that joint look crazy in the SGC slab.
I'm
That
telling
joint
you,
looks dope.
SGC slabs are amazing.
But I told you, but you remember what I said about it. My favorite is when I know you like them all, but when it's a mainly dominant black skin, like black, like aesthetic,
Hmm.
that's the win right there with the SGC. It just bounces so well. It almost blends.
Well, I should compare the auras too. Let's see here.
Dill, hey, that's my market. The thrashed BKs is my market. I wish. Oh yeah, I did look at that Brazil 9. It's pretty rough.
Well, this
Well,
is
I'll say this real quick. I'm pretty sure everybody knows this, but PWCC is different than eBay. It goes into extended bidding, so you're putting your initial bid in to be able to bid again when the first window closes, and it keeps going. And I forgot the exact time because I haven't checked it in a minute. But it goes in. I think it starts off in 30-minute increments, and then it trickles down. So this bidding process is a little different. You bid the first time to put yourself in the game, and then you continue on from there. So the opportunities will be a little different. The first time I tried to bid on PWCC, I completely forgot, and it completely messed me up. It was on a wild card BGS 8.5, and I almost had it for chump change, and I messed up.
yeah. I've never used PWCC,
Yeah.
but man, if I had 6K, or I guess I'd need more if I had
Would you? I'm not. We're not gonna put numbers out there because that's just irrelevant.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about it when it's officially done. But what you said it was gonna go for, that'll be crazy.
It would be crazy. It
But
would be
yeah.
crazy.
So we won't do no numbers or anything like that. But
It's a nice looking card and a nice slab.
yeah, yeah,
Um, it's just that blue is amazing.
yeah.
Golly, even looking at mine.
Like that blue bouncing off the black is, yeah, it is phenomenal with them
It's like
little.
a dark royal. It's
Mhm.
like not even royal blue. It's like a dark blue because
Yeah,
like the blue squire has like the royal blue,
yeah,
and the black knight just has this like
yeah.
super clean dark blue. I like it a lot. It does have some wear on the back right and the bottom left.
Hmm.
Can I zoom in on this? Oh, you can.
Oh, you don't got an account. When you got an account, it gives
No,
you the
yeah, I
3D.
do. I signed it.
Oh,
Oh,
you did? Yeah. Did you sign in? You signed
yeah.
in?
How do you do the 3D? Is it this?
Click that gallery one. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I don't use PWCC that
Yeah,
much, but
it
if
give you
you're,
the super high res. You can zoom all the way in. Yeah,
oh wow,
yeah.
man, what kind of camera are they using?
Yeah, you can get into the grid of it for sure.
So it's got 2 weak corners. Um,
Yo, yeah, 20% buyer's premium. My escape world is right. So it's a 20% buyer's premium at the end of obviously every auction buy. So factor that in.
shit, if this is a PSA 9, then my Black Knight needs to go back in.
Man, that is a beautiful card, bro.
I mean, it doesn't even matter about the back. I don't even care about the back. If the front looks that clean and
Mhm.
it says 9.5,
Dale said do a close up on the Brazil one.
or I'm gonna have to. Is that a weekly as well?
Weekly, yeah. It's a PSA 9 on there too when you get a chance.
Is that what he asked for? Oh, he asked for
Yeah.
PSA. Let me go back up. My bad.
He said it was a little he said it was rough.
Did I spell that wrong?
Yeah.
Let's see. PSA 9. And this is the Italy. 310. It's not that sharp of a right corner.
Mm.
A little bit on the left.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing glaring.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. Okay, come on. Oh, what? Wait a minute.
Oh shoot.
Wait a minute. Mine looks way more clean than that. I got an 8. They mean. Look, there's a crack there. There's some, ooh. Right there. So like how many defects is that? Some right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. God, man. I don't know that this was the first sub though, and this is the first Brazil sub.
Dang.
That one's pretty beat.
Yeah.
9
sure.
is generous, so they're not going to be ripping it out of that case anytime soon.
Nah, you gonna keep
you
it.
better
You
better
gonna keep it
that.
in that one for sure.
Yeah, it looks like a 7. Mine's an 8. That's at least a 7. Maybe I do have a dimple on there somewhere. I don't know. I must have missed something. You can never tell because like those like surface issues.
Yeah,
that's where it gets like questionable.
Nah, yeah, don't touch
Yeah.
that resub. Let that joint fly. No.
It's already at 310. I mean, which is fine. It's a Black Knight, you know.
Mhm.
It should not go over raw. This
Right.
should not go over the raw price.
Right.
Even though it's a PSA 9,
Mm-hmm.
the car, yeah, I wouldn't spend more than the raw price. Would you?
Nah, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
It's definitely lower than a 9. That's a given.
He said they're only going to show the front on the eBay listing.
Yeah.
So they're just going to send it to Probostine then, right? Is that what
Yep.
they're gonna...
And they in trouble there too because they low key started showing the backs every now and again.
Mm-hmm. This is the one they wouldn't show the back. The raw price of a Brazil. The last one I saw was. I'm gonna get this so wrong. What is it like? I want to say like
7.5.
no. I was thinking it was closer to like the 2K range,
Yeah.
1800 maybe, right?
For a raw, yeah, it was definitely like that 1 point. It was over 1.5, I think.
Just to see if there's any listed. I don't even know. Here's one for 3,000, no bids.
Any recently sold?
Oh look, but you can get like a master set for like 5K. So
Can you? That's crazy.
for Brazil,
Yeah.
yeah, the Brazil ones were
I never checked like sets or anything like
the
that.
Brazil ones were going for like 5K. I was too lazy to type in shard, but so this one was 1,999 with an accepted offer, and that was March 2022.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's say they accepted offer of what?
It probably was like 1.6 or something like that.
1.5, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, it's crazy that the Red Knight got $100 and that one was like 1,500. That's a little crazy.
That's the curse of coming back to the shop. I'm telling you, bro. Like if she wasn't, it'd have been crazy if she never came back. Christopher said he's seen a promo set sell for 6K. Is that legit? I did not see that one. Did you see it?
No, I'm saying that's not legit. I'm saying that is not legit. I would be surprised if it was legit because I've seen them listed for 2K in the last 2 months, and I don't think prices went up. But
What, the promo set?
yeah, I've seen them
Yeah.
listed around 2K like a month or two ago.
For the whole set?
The whole set, yeah, I've seen
Oh
them.
shoot.
It says here 6,000 sold. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's a lie. I don't know, but I would be
All we gotta do is
surprised.
hold on. I'll check it on 130.
Yeah, but I don't know if like they paid someone to do it.
Huh?
I'm trying to see what's listed.
Oh, Black Ash said that the Raw went for 1,500 when it came to the Brazil.
Yeah, see that sounds about right. I would be surprised if it sold all the way back up at 6K because I saw it for like 2,000 a couple of times not too long ago.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's legit. Yeah, it sold. Let me see.
Because you can almost buy the singles for cheaper than that almost. Like this card right here was what's worth most of the promo set. 6K puts him back up at like
6 if you
to what he used to be. Like, what did we see that it was 12? Oh, that not you sold.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that one, but yeah. It also might have been condition based as well.
It's true. That's true. Maybe it is back up. That'd be weird that it went back up though to me. I know I'm not crazy.
Well, Marauder really didn't drop under 350. Like he maybe 3. He didn't really go to like the 2s or anything, even in that like that dip.
Mm-hmm.
Cloaks
look right here, March 30th, 1,300.
Look at it, it had to be condition based, or
I'm telling you, I've seen multiple of these.
Well, I factor that in that somebody got a steal for sure.
I would just be surprised that someone spent 6,000 when one just sold. for 2022. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. That is interesting though, for sure.
Kari, I was very happy with my grades. I've
Yeah.
got 3 8s. The rest were 9s and 10s. All of my auras got 10s. Um, 2 cracked ice, 3 hollow, 3 optichrome. I got. I can. Let's see. I had the Dark Bomber
Yeah.
10, Skull Ranger 10. Black Knight Hollow was an 8,
Yeah.
but it's a very clean 8. So
Yeah.
I'm not too bad. I'm really happy with my grades. Um, I might, I think I'm gonna submit the Black Knight Hollow to uh, SGC. That's what I'm gonna do.
I don't see why not. Yeah.
But we are gonna still do that other SGC order, so maybe I'll
Yeah.
just throw it in with that.
That Brent said, what does the USA Lux 10 go for? We don't know. It hasn't sold. A PSA 10 hasn't sold yet. And it hasn't been an auction for it either. So I never give a price based off of those things.
Yeah, it's really hard with Series 1, especially Series
Yeah.
2 also.
Yeah, I until it sells in an auction, like in a like
Mhm.
a solid auction, I never give a price because it's what somebody's willing to pay for it.
Like,
Like,
so I sold
yeah,
an SGC Aura 10 cracked ice.
mm-hmm,
I can't remember now. Was it 2600 or
26,
yeah,
yeah,
2600? And when I had it listed when I didn't want to sell it, I had it
hmm,
listed for like 10K.
yeah,
It wasn't until like I needed to pay for my PSA order that I was willing to let it go.
but yeah,
I don't
like
know what it would do in an auction.
yeah, because like for instance, like I'll say I like during the series 2 when it started balancing out, I paid the most for links, like by a long shot. But that's what I was willing to pay. It sat there forever, but I was the first one willing to pay for that because it was our best offer.
Man,
So
Lynx is a
yeah,
good card. Lynx is an undervalued card,
and
but
then I
there's
had
so
to
many undervalued cards
then I
right
had to
now.
trade it to get Aura. So I got to get that one back. But yeah,
Go get it back. It's on there.
yeah. I got a checklist. I got a
You
checklist.
have a checklist.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got a
that's true.
checklist. I gotta have right now. With based off my checklist, unfortunately, Lynx is in the D League or the G League now. But she can work her way back up into that
In your
15.
checklist, she's not
Yeah,
in the D League for like quality of a card.
no, she's in for my checklist. Lynx,
Actually, where did we put her on the? So if you guys don't know, we did a. I don't remember. Let's go to
yeah,
resources. We did a tier list, and we have to do this
we gotta
again.
touch that back up.
Where did Links get on this tier list?
We did it right, S tier.
S tier. Links got an S tier.
She's properly placed.
God tier, Black Knight, P League, Skull Trooper, Ghoul Trooper, Midas, Aura.
Mm,
Those are all
that,
pretty good.
and that's solid. All of those are still there.
Hmm.
I would say that there's some more that should go in the S tier, but we gotta
I'm
dedicate
I'm I'm
one to
curious
that.
though. I'm curious though what you're saying there. I'm curious of what that would be. 'Cause now I gotta know what we put in S tier. I haven't thought about it.
And put it this way, watch this. You want to know how crazy it is? Look at
Oh,
go
you said
down.
S tier, not God tier, right?
Yeah, S tier.
Okay, yeah, I
Go
have
to
some that need to go in S tier
go to
too.
go under top tier.
Uh huh.
Yeah, so one literally is about to come out of like absolutely they were cut from the league completely.
Which one?
And I don't even think we have her on here because we did it. No, we do. Yes, we do. We have her in top tier. We kind of had a typo right there. We got visitor paradigm go up before right under chaos agent.
Oh yeah, we gotta fix that. Okay.
So not visitor, but paradigm
Should be
should
S
be an
tier.
S tier.
So we were talking and we were we were kind of thinking that these storyline characters,
Yeah.
Paradigm, the sisters when they come out in card,
Hmm.
um, Singularity, the Visitor, you're getting so much personality in the stories,
Hmm.
and like they're getting so much like credit online, on Twitter, and all this kind of stuff. Their fan base is building. Um, they may be more important than some of the sweatskins or some of the nostalgic Black Knights of the world.
Yeah, and yeah,
Skull Trooper might get replaced by some of these. Like I think the Imagined was so good in the comics. I think she has a lot of personality, just like kind of like Bandolette had personality in the first
Mm-hmm.
comic,
Mm-hmm.
but now this is like a main character.
Right.
You know.
Right. And what I will add on to what you said, where it's like originally, like my true thought, like when this first, like when we first like started talking, right?
Hmm.
The sweat skins made sense by itself just because
Yeah.
it was so much evidence. We
If
didn't yeah.
if Fortnite didn't evolve,
Mm-hmm.
that would have been Skull Trooper,
Yeah.
Ghost Trooper, all of them would be their hands down would never lose their place.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're going to go any. I don't think they're going
No,
anywhere.
they're
I think
yeah.
some can pass them
Yeah.
because Fortnite is now evolving into storytelling,
Mm-hmm.
and storytelling is powerful. Look at Marvel, look at Disney, and those characters have so
It
much more room to grow outside of the game.
100%. It immediately shifts my perspective. Like it was like it's crazy because originally it was Bandolette. Like Bandolette for 0 point was the first. I'll take that back. It was Bandolette and Ruckus. Ruckus didn't have any talking points. He was in the loop, but
Hmm.
just the way he was fighting with Batman made me feel a way about him that
Yeah,
I didn't even think of Ruckus, right?
yeah. I hated
And
Ruckus'
yeah,
skin.
like
I hated
never.
Bandolette skin, but then like it grew on me.
Yeah, like and then Bandolette, that was the first one where I'm like, you know what? Don't rock it in game, but comic wise, it has me interested in the card market. And I think it has a great balance between sweat and storyline
Well, look
now.
at
Like it's
Renegade
amazing.
Raider.
Yeah.
Renegade Raider hit those boxes because in the comics
Hmm.
she was like perfect.
Yeah.
Renegade Raider was perfectly done in the comics,
Yeah.
and she's such a wanted skin in game already and so well
Hmm.
known that it just clicked. Now,
Yeah.
we're not saying that Black Knight doesn't get his time
Hmm.
in the story mode. I have no idea how they do
Don't
that.
know. Yeah.
I mean, but the way that they've been pulling characters like 8 Ball, if you would have
Yes.
asked me if 8 Ball would be in the,
My
I would have
guy.
said no, you know?
Yeah.
It wasn't until I started seeing all the skins wear those suits. And I was
Hmm.
like, 8 Ball has like a suit as well that's completely covered with a mask and stuff. So
Yeah.
maybe he could be connected in some way.
Yeah.
Um, so 8 Ball is very interesting.
Yeah.
Another card I never see, but like Series Two is like as he just said in the comments is super underrated.
So
I
be
hated on season two, Series Two so much,
yeah, you
but
did.
when
Yeah.
Series Two came out,
It
there were
was
no
weird.
comics. There was
It
no
was
comics, guys.
yes. Yes.
We didn't know where Fortnite was going. There was zero comics when
We
Series
were on
Two
the
was
same
released.
page.
Yeah.
We were on
The
the
only
same
ones I
page.
saw were sweat skins, but now there's a lot of story skins. Um, I'm just trying to think of some other ones that.
See, and singularity didn't count for me as in like for instance, I like singularity because I wore the skin in game. I wasn't
Mhm.
connecting it to what could happen in the story. When I liked her in series two, it was just based off of that. This is like yes, Noble Black. First of all, let me say this. I am out of that game. I this so 8 ball is up for auction. I am completely out of it because I know 3 people that need that card and I cannot compete with them. So I am X'd out of that one for sure. That what I am going. I'm
That was
out.
the first time I saw an 8 Ball. I remember when I had that skin in game. That was the first time I saw it
Yeah,
really listed on eBay. Besides being Italy,
yeah,
so like I when in Series One when I couldn't get a card, like you see back here I have Italy, all these cracked ice down here. Like I still don't have a SGC. I mean, I don't have a USA cracked ice Ghoul Trooper. So
yeah.
I went after the Italy's hard. I have several cracked ice Italy's. Um, are you contemplating doing that for Series Two, or are you only waiting for the USA shard?
Um, that's a weird one because I actually was looking for 8 ball Italy recently.
Hmm.
So no, I'm definitely interested. I actually like the Italy series two, like actual shards more than series one.
See, I'm
So
the opposite.
yeah,
I like the Series One shards
yeah,
for Italy more than the Series Two because they're different. The
right.
Series Two Italy look almost the same, but not quite.
I would be lying if I didn't say I wanted everything to look like series one shards because that's the actual
God, yeah,
truth.
no,
Like
yeah,
that's
no, for
so
real.
yeah,
I mean,
that's
these are the best looking shards.
yeah.
Doesn't mean that I don't like the other ones. It's just, yeah, I agree.
Then SP said a USA Lux sold for under 2K a few months ago. Yeah, it was raw. It sold for 16. I lost that one to a very great collector. But yeah, I was I was going for that one for sure. I was going for that one. Then the thing is with 8 ball, like I'm hoping he sells great, so those other 3 cards can pop up. Like you know how like soon as a great sale happens, like those PSA nines and everything start popping up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a PSA 9 guy. That's my market. 10 is
I'm
usually
waiting for a
out of there.
USA Gold Trooper, PSA 8, or
Yeah,
SGC 9.
yeah,
My escape world said, is paradigm skin more important than singularity? I would say right now, at this point in time, today, yes,
yeah.
but
Hmm.
Donald Mustard works 2 years in advance, and like a year ago, he talked about how important singularity was.
Which was interesting. Like the way he
Hmm.
said that, because like so for me right now, I don't separate them because I don't know in totality.
We
Like
think they're the same person.
right, but it could be a flip in there. Me personally, for my PC, I like singularity better, but I think paradigm is more important,
Wait,
even though
wait.
they're you know yeah.
I got it.
Is singularity IO her IO
I
suit?
just figured it out.
What's that?
When Paradigm is part of the 7.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys didn't read the comics, spoiler in like 5 seconds. Okay. Singularity is when
Mm-hmm.
she joined the IO and betrayed the 7.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think they're the same person, and
Just
that's like her ultra other.
and he also said she goes by many names.
Yeah.
Or one of her names. He said one of her name. Well, I can't
Hmm.
remember what he said. I can't remember the video, but
And so what I'm thinking here is, because she's definitely working. She worked for the IO. They said that in the comic, um,
hmm
and he said that she is going to be very important in the next 2 years. That's what Donald Mustard said. Singularity was going to be.
hmm
So in the comics, yes, she helped them again, but is she back with the 7?
hmm
I don't know. Maybe she goes back to
That's
being singularity. I think when she's by herself or when she's not with the 7, she goes by singularity.
yeah. That and I think that's very interesting because that can play a major role in it if she's switching suits like that. Like, cause like
Hmm.
who made that suit then?
That's a good question. Who
You
made
know
the
what I
green
mean?
suit?
Yeah, who made the green suit?
Because it doesn't look like their suits.
No.
It looks
It
very different. You know whose
yeah.
suit it looks like?
Who?
Rocks.
Right.
It
Right.
looks like that. I mean, not exactly, but closer to
hmm
that type of style.
Yeah.
And we
Yes.
know, and it's not an IO like suit.
hmm
It doesn't look anything like the IOs would make. It looks like something like,
Because it's slimmer. It has a like a It almost seems like it's like a softer mesh material at the bottom. Like it's
mhm.
more. It's definitely different.
I mean, the other 7 could, but I feel like she made that suit, or
hmm
she got made. She wanted to be by herself. She wanted to
hmm
be, singularity. She didn't want to be part of the 7,
Yeah.
which is why she betrayed them.
Which we still don't. We were talking about this. We still don't know why she went rogue.
We don't know why she betrayed them,
You know, it is
and we also don't know how she came back.
yeah, and I still need I
No,
still
don't pump. I don't think Rocks is part of the story. I'm not saying she can't be, but I'm not pumping Rocks, guys. I like Rocks though. I
mm,
rock her skin.
yeah,
Um,
I still need a paradigm. I
I
have a
don't have
I have
I
a
don't have
singularity
any.
at PSA.
Oh, I do have Italy's Singularity cracked ice
hmm
and some Opticoms, but that's it. I have none of the other 7.
Yeah, and don't worry. I promise you I have a lot less cards than I think. Like I could guarantee you that I will never be a threat in the market. So never worry about that.
Neither of us have huge collections.
But mine is even smaller. That is
Like
uh
there's people that have way bigger collections than I do. I just love the cards. So
yeah. My goal, matter of fact, that my goal is to be at 25 USA shards. There's 25 definite ones in there. You know,
did I say I never wanted to buy Rocks card? Because I didn't. When Series 2 came out, I didn't even think about her. It wasn't until recently I remember how much I use her in games. I was like, I gotta buy her.
he got the Carfax is here now that we do the doing the
My
pod.
escape world is like he's like tracking. He's my stenographer.
Yeah.
He's tracking everything I say, and he's gonna put up against me. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's why she got that other name because I don't think
Mhm.
they're obviously their names have to be different, right? It's like Foundation isn't what he was born with.
Right. You mean like their
You have
actual?
the actual
Yeah,
names,
yeah.
but it's like
Cause
their
well,
code name.
cause that's what Jones was playing on, or Jonesy. I can't say Jones. It's
Yeah,
weird.
you're probably right, My Escape World. I just recently got the card, and I only spent $60 on a PSA 9.
Oh, you were saying you didn't like the card. You were saying you didn't like the card because that's not how you wear the skin.
Yeah, I probably did
Yeah,
say something
yeah,
like that. Yeah.
because that's what I feel about Singularity. I wear Singularity in the drift style without the helmet. I
Hmm.
don't wear it the way it is on card, but I still had to have the card.
Yeah, like I've been changing like some of the things that I want. Like if I'm wearing the skin, it's like I'm gonna want the card. Like I realized I liked rocks because I wear the skin all the time. I was like, well, if it's like gonna be under 100,
Hmm.
I might as well grab one. PSA
Every
9 at like 60, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it
Yeah,
finally.
everything has changed for me. And I've been telling you that, but
Yeah.
I haven't fully figured out what that even means.
Hmm.
But I feel like what I love still stays the same, but a lot has been added. Like, and I haven't figured out how I'm gonna approach that or how I'm gonna tackle that. Like, it's weird when the story starts taking off this way because it connects you to the characters in a different way, and then it just changes card wise, and then just how I want to approach the series one shards at this moment has changed as well. Like I definitely want 25 for sure. There's
Oh
25
yeah,
cards in the set
you're
that I
always set
want.
on like numbers. I can't do that.
Well,
I
I
just
went through
get
the list. I went through the
yeah.
list and it was 25 that I
Oh,
want for
I get what you're
sure.
saying. I think you meant in
Yeah.
like your collection. Like
Oh
you always
no.
try to have a certain number of cards.
Oh yeah.
I'm like I just collect what I like. So like I like rocks, the skin, and I
But I
didn't really
also
like the
get one.
card.
I also get one. So I get one card of each.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
don't do that.
Yeah. Now I don't want
Well, I do that sometimes. Like the rocks I only have one of.
yeah.
There's a lot I only have one of.
Like for instance, like when I get a card, I'm gonna look at that card. Like when I wanna like I'm looking at that, or I don't the only reason why I would have more is to protect me from having to sell one of my favorite cards. That's the only reason. Like if I get to two or three, but I don't need multiple, so that helps me have a different type of
But
collection.
what about you? You don't like to do this, or it's my thing. You don't use binders, right? You don't like to do something like
I have
because
Yeah, I
we
have
talked about
binders.
this,
Yeah.
like series 3. Like
Yeah,
I
I
that's
yeah, I don't
kind of
care to
fun.
do that.
I like
Yeah.
to do that because I like to
It
look
looks
at them.
dope though. It looks dope.
And you can do that with Series 3. You can't do that anymore with Series 1 or
Mhm.
Series 2.
Mhm.
So if you like to put your cards on binders, Series 3 is great for that right now.
See, what it you know what
Black
it
said he
is?
wants 100 of each. Yeah,
No, but
we're in like the same. Black said we have the same
yeah.
mind there.
Yeah, no, that's like
I just like to look at them.
yeah, I be like I look at it with the one. That's just the way I see it. But I know that is an anomaly. Like I am definitely not the usual. But I hate having a whole bunch of stuff. It drives me nuts. Like remember when like probably like a year ago, I had like 60 cards. Yo, that was it was like but it was so I could get other cards. Like for instance, within the next month I'm going to start buying cards to be able
Hmm.
to trade into other cards. Like so I'm going to just start buying value cards eventually. And then once I get to like 50, then I'll try to consolidate it into a bigger card.
See, Black Ash says you're a true collector. I thought like the definition of like collecting is once you get like 3 of something.
No.
that,
No.
that's how I consider like a collector. It's
No.
like you have to have at least 3 of it to be a collector.
No, I mean it's different. Yeah, I guess
Yeah, yeah.
both of them
Well,
for sure.
I guess you have more than 3 Fortnite cards, so that makes
Right,
sense.
exactly,
There you
exactly.
go. So
Yeah.
maybe I'm looking at it wrong.
I think well what it is that I feel like that way the way you do it is smart though because you'll never be in a tight situation where you have to sell one of your cards and not have
Oh
anything.
god,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I
But
wouldn't be like if I only have one aura,
yeah.
I could never sell it.
Yeah. Like for instance, like Lux, when I get my Lux USA shard back, I'll try to get another one down the road to protect it. But
Mm,
that's the farthest I'll go. Like, I don't really Lux is my
that
main after that. I'm
that
good.
makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. I'm over here stuck on. So like some of the ones I like, I have I don't even know why I sent this in. Like this is a card that Raven.
He's a Fortnite. He is a Fortnite darling though. Like
He is,
he's
but
loved.
why? Why is he
Well,
loved? Well, he's
he
loved by Epic Games. He's used.
You want a
He's
fun?
used almost as much as Cuddle Team Leader.
You want a fun fact? He
Yeah,
was
sure.
one of the after besides Tomato Head, he was one of the first ones with his own POI.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, so he
yeah.
was like, and then his back bling was a hit for a long time. Like his
Mm-hmm.
back bling was major.
Yeah.
So Raven is a solid OG skin. Um, but he's one of those ones where it brings back nostalgia more than you actually play with
And is
the
that
actual skin.
why they use him in? Because they use him in
A
like
lot,
loading screens. They use
yeah.
him in marketing.
In the covers, like
Yeah,
anything they're gonna use him with. I think Raven is one of those ones where it's like it might be nostalgic for them. It
maybe.
may
Oh,
it
that's
may it
true.
may have been a moment of a shift or whatever it was, but it's something there for sure.
Well, I always talk about Cuddle Team Leader,
Mhm.
um, and she's used in marketing too. And it's like I wonder, is she part of the story, or are they only using her for that nostalgic feeling?
I think I know where you're getting at. I think everybody plays a role. I think
Yeah,
and
that's true.
I think if she stays the way she is, I can see them actually
Ooh, I can
venturing off
see
into
that.
that.
My Escape World said he'd love to give like a similar story to Batman.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think Raven will eventually get
Actually,
one.
if they made a series on Raven and they made it dark and gruesome,
Mm-hmm.
that it
Mm-hmm.
could work. It could work. I could see that.
Yeah.
See,
Like
like
the
you can't count anything out with Fortnite.
no,
It's like
no.
anything. I don't care what it is. I don't care if I've said it was bad in the past. You can't cut it out.
For instance, like one for me. Now, I personally like this card. This is a PC card of mine, right? But I always look at it like, okay, where did Deadfire come from? He was he IO because he came from the battle bus and he immediately was a part of the whole beginning of the zombie thing. You know,
Hmm.
so I'm interested. Like, did he come? Was he? Where did he come from? So he's one that I always looked at. Like, where did Deadfire and Calamity, for that matter, because
Oh
they're
yeah,
together. So how did that
sign me
story?
up to figure that out because
Yeah,
I
that
love
one. That's a
Calamity.
major one. So I'm
Um,
interested in that.
he said is there supposed to be a movie? So I've talked about this a lot, and
Mhm.
Epic Games has purchased multiple media companies,
Mhm.
production companies, and they hired two directors from Lucasfilms.
Mhm.
They have the Rock playing Foundation.
Mhm.
I don't think there's just a movie. I think that they're going really hard on the whole production thing. I think
Mhm.
there's going to be series. I think there's going to be movies, plural. I
Mhm.
think there's so many stories for them to tell that it's just my theory that we're going to get a whole bunch of stuff, not just going to be a one off movie.
Yeah, and
Um, it better not be.
well, what's interesting to me is like if you pay attention to it, right? Even like I'll say this: if you pay attention to how they're building the anime skins, the way they're building the anime skins, they may be trying to make a run at that, whether it's manga or whether it's an anime show, A, B, and C. But they're building that very convincingly, and I can even see that being a branch off. So, like you said, there's gonna be a lot of branches to this.
Yeah, I remember Dill said The Rock legit said he was in the process of filming a
Yeah,
video. I remember that, and I remember reading all the comments. They're talking about like Call of Duty and all this kind of
yeah.
stuff. I mean, obviously he's already a Fortnite character. It makes
Mm-hmm.
sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you have Halo that was just a series.
It was a
Like
good series too. I watched it
I
actually.
didn't watch it, but
Mm-hmm.
like I'm so interested in like each character. So they could literally do like Halo has to do Halo the series.
Mm-hmm.
Fortnite could literally do like Raven.
Mm-hmm.
Like that could be the title of the series, you
Yeah.
know? Um they could do anything, you know,
So
they just have to tell backstory of those characters and how they got there.
so I don't know if y'all noticed it, who has read the comics, but they're slowly trying to break the barrier of maturity. They're slowly trying to do it. Like,
I don't even know it's slowly. I mean,
yeah, well, they definitely picked it up for this one, but you can tell that they're like, okay, they know that that's a thing. Like, I think that's what, um,
well, just look at all right, he's alcoholic. Is that how you say that name? Fortnite is too cartoonish. I don't think so. I mean, if you look at who came into Fortnite, right?
hmm
Yes, it's a game. It doesn't mean they have to portray it that way.
yeah,
X-Men, they were cartoons, you
hmm
know.
hmm
Marvel, all of those guys were cartoons.
for
They
card,
came into
yeah,
Fortnite.
hmm
Doesn't mean the show has to be that way. You
right,
can get a live action, which we probably will get. you can get a mixture of both.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping it's live action. Like I'm thinking, if you look at all the Marvel Netflix series,
Yeah.
I think that if they do it like that, it'd be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've said this before, but like if you give me a series where someone came to the loop,
Disney Plus. Yeah.
fought
Mm-hmm.
thousands, if you fought thousands of battles, and then
Mm-hmm.
went back to your homeworld as a badass with all these
Yeah.
memories,
Yeah.
that would be a really dope series.
Yeah.
So
And
I am excited for that.
also I'll say this, alcoholic. I don't know if you watched it or the last time you watched it. Look at the Foundation's um entryway into Gotham.
Mhm.
Look at how that looks. That's still the exact same way Fortnite is, but it's in a darker scene, and you don't. It's just that Fortnite is bright. You know what I mean? Like the animation is definitely cartoonish, but they they can do so much. You gotta. And one thing we can never forget is that Epic Games is over Unreal Engine 5. That's their programming. So the possibility is endless at this point. So it's just I definitely think you should pay attention to, like, look at how they're building it more than anything.
And if you look here, they even did the comic, and they made these more live action, like
Yeah.
this comic cover.
Mm-hmm.
They already made it non-cartoonish here.
Yeah.
Um, so
Even
yeah,
though
I wouldn't be stuck. I wouldn't be stuck on that too much.
My Escape World, great point too. That's a great point. The new Chip and Dale movie.
Oh yeah, my kids just watched that. I didn't watch it. Yeah, if they get the actors perfect, like we said this before, I want Ryan Reynolds to play Jonesy.
Bruh, like
If Ryan
Jones.
Reynolds was Jonesy with The
Yes.
Rock being the
Yeah.
foundation, that interaction, they've done movies together, that he
Yeah.
would be the perfect mix between funny and
Hmm.
action, right?
Yes.
And with The
Yes.
Rock being even better at
Hmm.
action, I think that would be the perfect duo. It'd be so easy to do. I mean, there's lots of good actors out there that can play some of this stuff.
For sure.
I see Fortnite going strong in 30 years.
Okay, I can shape David's question. What point do you feel the battle royale taking a backseat?
Ooh,
That's I
I
think
don't,
that's a
I don't,
better.
I don't see the battle royale lasting 10 years. So when you say Fortnite, but the Fortnite IP is what's got me interested.
Okay.
I mean, who knows? Maybe it could.
But do you see, okay, when you say that though, do you mean that it just niches down or you don't see it lasting at all? You get what I
No,
mean?
I'm saying they don't have to. They're like their game can change anyway. We have created this. They can add new stuff. The game can change so much
So
that the
yeah,
whole battle royale might change. But I don't think Fortnite as a IP is going anywhere. So as
so
a
what
collector,
it
I think you're pretty safe.
now do you think, like, okay, I gotta something to add on to that. Do you think it's gonna be like battle royale don't exist because it's comps? Like, do you think just comps will happen? Or do you think, because battle royale, the comp side is like that's people's livelihood. Like, they're pros,
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
true.
So like
I
the
mean, who knows? I guess it could. Um, yeah, I guess it could always be that they don't have to ever get rid of it.
Yeah,
They could have
because
it on the server.
like for instance, like it's gonna be the same. Like I literally see the uniqueness of the battle royale of Fortnite and how you become the skin you wear, if that makes sense. Like with your whole branding, it's just gonna be the next age group
Okay,
comes in.
to
You know,
answer my question, to answer that question, because like Mac Dowling said, isn't the battle royale building the story? Not necessarily. It's just the point of view of the loopers.
yeah, yeah,
Battle
that's
royale is
definitely,
only the point of view. So the whole
we're the helpers.
the story of Fortnite isn't about a character. And
Mm,
Don Mustard has said this in a whole article.
hmm.
The point of Fortnite is all about the 0 point. It's about the island,
The
and you're
main
just
character, yeah.
yeah. The island's the main character, and you're
Mhm.
just seeing different points of view. You're seeing points of view from the comics, from the loopers, and all that kind of stuff. Um, so if it gets so the question is the storm and the loopers only because of the IO?
I I
Because if
don't.
we defeat the IO
Mhm.
and there's no reason for the loopers to be there, will there still be a battle royale?
Yeah, because the way I view battle royale is that when it comes to like Mac's question, it's the interactive part. Now with
Mhm.
Creative 2.0, you really don't need that battle royale interaction the same way that we have it now. But I think that level of interaction, I would say that it's gonna be a change, like you said. I don't think, instead of for it not being a part of it, I think it'll look a lot different. You know, but Battle Royale, I think, is going to stay just based on the comps, but I do think it will, the competitive side of Fortnite. That's what makes Fortnite so unique.
Hmm.
Everything makes sense right now. Everything they're doing makes sense. Like the competitive aspect of it makes so much sense because they're 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 making they're making the pros have to consistently change each season. Like the game doesn't, people want the same guns in the competitive scene, but it makes everything fresh. It's
Yeah.
frustrating sometimes, but it does keep it fresh.
I mean, I guess the way to answer it, I have no idea what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
I really don't. But I mean, the IP is pretty safe regardless.
Oh man, thank you, David. You just sparked my memory again. So I have this. I talked to Dylan about this off camera. What's amazing about the comics, right? What's super amazing about the comics is that people, not only the code, but the lore, the people that are fans of the lore, they're actually reading the comics.
Hmm.
So they may not be collecting them the way you and I are, right? Or the way my escape world is with the original art, but they're reading them. So they'll, whether they come back or not, they enjoy the comics. And to me, that's the best sign you can have as a comic book fan or a comic book collector. And like I always say, I think the cards and the comics is going to merge into a nice ebb and flow. So I think that's great for the future.
Yeah, and like, what are we waiting? Like, he was asking, like, are we waiting on the movie? What are we? I mean, I'm just collecting right now.
I'm not
Like,
waiting. Yeah.
yeah, it's like I'm not really waiting for these to blow up. Like, if you're only in it for the money, that's a dangerous place to be,
Hmm.
right? Because who knows when this will get to that point where like you can retire off this, you
Yeah.
know. But
Mm.
if you're enjoying it, like I'm just enjoying it, and collecting, following
Yeah.
along, I think it has that kind of potential. But I'm not going to try to time it. Like I can't
Yeah.
time the stock market. I'm not going to be able to time the collectibles either.
But for me that's always been a hard part of collecting. Well, however you want to look at it, for me, because like for instance, like my problem has always been with like sealed product is like if it goes up to 25, like let's say it goes to 25K, don't get me wrong, you can't turn down that profit, but I don't want to sell my stuff, like when it comes to that, like if I have like sealed product, because like I guess that's the hard part. I guess that's where I suck as a collector, put it that way.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
do steel product. You
Yeah, I
know
guess
that.
that's where I just suck.
But yeah,
um
I think Black Ash is right. It's like when the gamers grow up and they get to a point where like they're not playing.
mhm,
When there's been shows, when there's been movies, when like the actual story of Fortnite is
mhm,
known. Because right now Fortnite is known.
mhm.
You ask somebody, they know what Fortnite is, right?
Yep.
No one but actual gamers know the story.
Yeah.
But the comics are doing that, and it's getting out there. Eventually, once we get to shows and movies, people who don't play the game are going to know the story.
Pe- Put it this way, people are already making that transition. And what I
Hmm.
mean by that is
In the
like,
comics.
yeah, like there, and even with the in-game lore, like there's people that don't even play the game the same way no more, whether it's based off of their work life or
Hmm.
whatever the case may be. Like now they're transitioning into just following it. And that's what you want. Like you telling me that you can put the controller or you could put the keyboard and mouse down and be like, yo, I'm good, but I still have to follow this. That is healthy to me. That's super healthy to me.
Because we were getting to that point. Like
Yeah.
I was more excited
Yeah.
about the comics than I was the new season.
Mm-hmm.
Although I started playing it again, I've been loving it. So I'm gonna start streaming. If you guys want to jump in, a few of you guys have,
Yeah.
but no, 100%. I'm in it for. I'm just in it for the story at this point. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm surprised at because I love the game so much.
Yeah.
I had no idea until those comics hit, and then I just understood instantly what was
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah, and it's like, and for instance, like like David, David was saying, like compared to MetaZoo and all that stuff, this is that we've always said this. We've been saying it. That the difference with Fortnite is that the nostalgia is different. The nostalgia happens every like season. It's weird. It's so weird.
There is no nostalgia for MetaZoo.
Yeah, exactly.
MetaZoo was created as a collectible.
Hmm.
Fortnite is a true thing that people fell in love with,
Yeah,
and that's why it's collectible.
yeah,
Like MetaZoo, if it went to 0, I don't think people would actually collect it anymore.
They'll
Fortnite,
just be pissed off.
I can tell for me, if Fortnite goes to 0, I'm still going to collect this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I just like it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's the difference I see. If you like MetaZoo, that's cool. That's for you. It's just not my thing. So I'm not trying
Yeah.
to like shit on it or anything.
Yeah, Stray Kid, yes, there are those are 3,000 copy runs. Those are great comics to have. But I will say this. If you're new to the comics, do your research. Watch a whole lot of videos. I had to do it. I mean, my father collected comics, but I didn't. You know what I
Mm.
mean? I didn't. It was a lot that I had to learn, a lot of nuances, but definitely just pay attention to like variant covers. Variant covers tend to go down from time to time, like ratio, all those things. Just like anything else, it has downs, it has ups, but if you're collecting, there will be no problem.
Yeah. So, and I would say like I'm new to comics too. Like the variants do get cheaper. So, because
Hmm.
like there's 3,000 copies. Like I spent a lot of money on one, and like I pre-ordered the variants for Zero War #1 for
Hmm.
way more than I should have. Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? But now I
yeah,
know, so now I'm waiting.
yeah,
So yeah, just be patient. There's some stuff like you want to jump on. Like I jumped on the monofoil
yeah.
really early,
Yeah.
but yeah, just be careful.
Also, Mac, we on the same page with that. My Fortnite merch collection is getting up there heavily. That is my favorite. That's where I came. Like vintage tees is my absolute thing. Like that, the vintage tee world is one of my favorite like collecting niches. So just grabbing Fortnite merch. I do it every time something drops. I am very annoyed with how I dropped the ball with the Batman 0 point. I only got one T-shirt. So yeah.
MacDowan, this one, and this one are all 3,000 print runs. So the ones Suki, Meowscles, and Midas all have
Mm-hmm.
a 3,000 print run.
Mm-hmm.
Um, these two are UK exclusive. I can't remember if this one is.
Mm-hmm.
If it's UK exclusive. I can't remember. But yeah, those are 3,000 print runs, which is probably equivalent to a 1 of 25, maybe, or 1 of 50, somewhere in
Yeah.
between that.
Mm-hmm. And I believe that this the Suki one, I believe that was supposed to be the 1 of 100.
It was supposed to be. I love
I
the Sugi one.
remember
That's the one I
because
wanted the most of.
remember they canceled the 1 of 100 and immediately this one went up. Now that could be false. I'm just saying. That's what it seemed like.
Rob told me that you said they ship in 2 weeks after
Yeah, it's take
release,
14 days after release.
so it'll be like 2 weeks.
Yeah. Um yeah, 3,000
Yeah,
3,000 is very small.
yeah, 3,000 isn't a lot. That's a good run because then you have to talk about who actually get them graded.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so 3,000 is not a lot of a
Mm-hmm.
major issue. Um, some like back in the day, like the rare ones,
Mm-hmm.
they printed millions,
Yeah.
right? Back when
Yeah.
comics were huge. A large print run for comics, I think, is about 100,000 now,
Yeah.
and like a low one is like five
Now,
thousand.
when we talk about issue one, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. You can split whatever. Let's say whatever number was produced for issue one, you can cut that number in half with what you can grade because everybody opened them. They got the codes. They did giveaways. They went back to their comic stores, bought more to do more giveaways on Twitter. I seen somebody they rent through because they have a big fan base. They're a streamer, and they gave away like 50 codes. So those numbers is absolutely cut in half.
Yeah, I mean, people like for a 0 point, it was actually a sticker in the book, so people were ripping the book to get the
Mm-hmm.
sticker.
Mm-hmm.
They were ripping it. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't matter really how much it is. People aren't buying the Fortnite comics out of speculation.
No, they're reading them
They're
and
reading
getting
them,
the codes.
using them, throwing them. Now that's great for us who are actually speculating. Um,
See, and I don't. And the thing is like for me personally, like I don't see when it comes to comics, I don't see myself as a speculator.
yeah,
Like because like it's just the excitement of what's happening. Like because like if the market shoots up, I'm that doesn't mean that I'm gonna sell for profit. Like if I
Hmm.
have, like for instance, if I now don't get me wrong, I cut back on how many copies that I buy. It was just that me. It felt like it was like five of us buying the comics for like a whole year, so it was like it was just available. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was just so much available, so it just made sense to get more, especially with certain covers being so hard to grade.
Yeah, I would say that, like, I'm trying to. I have a for these comics coming out. I'm not getting as many as I did. I went hard for some of these other Nexus War,
Hmm.
the Foundation Donald Mustard variant.
Yeah,
Like I went hard on those because I am specking those, but I also love that cover
yeah.
if I find it. So there's some I might spec on,
Hmm.
but I'm not gonna get like a bunch of each one.
But
I'm gonna try to focus on the ones I actually like
well, you
as a
got to
collector.
remember, are you specking? Are you so when you say spec, are you
If
buying
I'm
them
buying
to sell eventually? Like in
like
that, not you get
the
what I mean?
found
Like, are you?
yeah, yeah. So for the foundation one here,
Mhm.
I will eventually sell something. I have like 30.
What I mean by that is like,
Yeah.
okay, so if the movie drops, are you selling when the trailer drops? Like, let's say that
Ooh.
because that's specking.
I get what you're saying. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
more of long-term investing in
right.
it than
Yeah, yeah. It
yeah.
would be. I would
Because
say that.
I'll probably hold all 30 of those for I don't know 20, 10 years. I don't know.
Yeah, and
I'm not gonna quick sell as soon as the movie drops if that's for a quick profit. No, I'm not doing that. If that's
yeah,
what you're considering. I have a
yeah.
9.8 of so just so you know, I made this mistake. So maybe I'm the dumb one. But so just this is the comment I just
Oh
saw
yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
The fish stick dine cover. I bought that in a 9.8 for CBCS.
Hmm.
That is not the same issue that he died in.
He died in issue 4.
So the cover with him dead on the cover is issue 5. He dies in issue 4.
Hmm.
I made that mistake.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
Black Ash, comic wise or
He is the
collecting wise in general.
I know he is the first one that we've seen a death from.
Yep. Yeah, he's the first. He's the first one. In game. I mean, in comic for sure.
Yes, the I'll put this back up here. It's the orange one with the Durr burger.
Yeah.
Like
No.
I would have gone heavy on. I did buy 5 of this one just because it's
Yeah.
Donald Mustard. There's no Fortnite character here and no first appearance here.
Hmm.
Like I think if Donald Mustard makes a cover and it's a first appearance of somebody, you're gonna
That's
want that cover.
that's the one. Yeah.
This does have Durr burger, and I was talking to Rob about this. It's like I think there's something special about Durr burger that we're
Hmm.
not because like they keep coming back to this Durr burger.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's just because it's like really Fortnite related or what.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know. I got 5 of it because it's Donald Mustard.
Yeah. Uh, I think that would be a better question for Dylan because he has
Which one?
the Black Ash question. He said, "Do you have a price point to get out on when it comes to the comics? When it comes to like, let's say the Foundation, the 1 to 25, because
Okay, so for the
yeah."
like my target price for this one, I would say like what do I think is gonna hit?
Well, what is your price where if it hits that price, what is your price when it hits this price? That's your sell point. How about that?
Okay, I probably won't sell. How about the first time I start selling one
Mm-hmm.
is probably when it hits 9.8 as 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
I think the 9.8 is gonna hit 1,000, maybe more, maybe 4,000.
Mm-hmm.
I'm comparing it to I'm comparing it to the Fallout 4 comic book, Miles Morales.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like what if you look that one up, that's what I kind of compare
Yeah.
this one to.
Now, why do you make that comparison?
Because Miles Morales was like one of the first in a long time biggest like Spider-Man characters that got a lot
Mm-hmm.
of popularity, and
Mm-hmm.
I think Foundation and the 7 have that much potential or more because
Mm-hmm.
it's not just a remake; it's a whole new character and a whole new world, and they're
Yeah.
focusing on them. It's also the first Fortnite comic that didn't say Fortnite; it said Foundation, like it had its own character as the name.
Yeah.
Um, so I think $1,000, 9.8 is kind of what I would start to sell it for when it finally got there. But
Mm-hmm.
that's like I have no that might take 10 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For me, I mean, for the Foundation Fortnite 1 to 25, I have 10.
Yeah, he said he
Yeah.
wants unless he can buy another one.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's probably
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, I have 10. but the reason why I have 10 is because these covers, these black covers, is so hard to grade, and that's definitely what I want to make sure of.
You keep coming back to that one. Try pulling it out again. Oh man.
How big was the print run for the Foundation comics? What did we looked it up, right? What was it?
It was about the red and black one.
Yeah,
Or so these two right here, these two.
I
It
don't
was
see a
about.
mouse cursor for some reason.
Oh, I was on the wrong screen.
Yeah,
These
there you
two
go.
right
Yeah.
here. There was about 80,000 printed.
Mm-hmm.
This is a one of 25.
Yeah.
So we're thinking probably between 3,000 and 4,000.
Yeah.
Could be less, could be a little bit more. Not really sure. And then we have this one, which was the sketch variant, which there's only 5 known to exist.
Yeah.
This black and white one. 2 of the 5 have Foundation text on it, and then 3 of them are virgin copies like this that don't have it.
Yeah.
And I can.
Yeah, Omar, those are official numbers. That was you got that. What's the website?
By
you used?
official, they're estimated
Estimated,
numbers
yeah, but
by Comic-Con. So they
yeah,
use the sales data from all the shops because they use distributors.
yeah,
So it's Comic-Con. You can look up the print numbers of any comic.
yeah,
For the one of 25s, you have to kind of do some basic math
yeah.
because the comic book shops have to order 25 to be able to buy one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is the one that's like one of 5.
That is, yeah, that's
No, there's nothing on the. I don't know how to look those ones up. So for the monofoils, those were one of 500s,
500 Batman days.
and the comic book store had to order 500 of the giveaway comics. So those were much cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
They were very cheap for them to order. So
It was almost full profit for them. Put it that way. Like if they ordered the 500 Batman Day comics, they sold the monofoil for profit, it was pretty
Yeah.
clean profit.
Yeah, they were giving away the other ones,
Yeah.
the base ones.
So that and then so you know, Black Ash said, so I do invest in multiple. Oh, with comics is completely different.
So
Comics
this is
different.
this is the website I used.
Yeah.
This is the one that you use to get like the comic sales. So I'll just let me go. We'll do like monthly sales. So they actually have like the sales data for. Sorry, let me do yearly sales maybe. Is this what I used? I'm trying to remember how I got there. 1 second. It's on this website somewhere. I don't use this website all the time. So maybe do. Oh, here we go. It was monthly sales. So you can see here they have them all the way back to the 1990s. So if you scroll down.
That's a fact, Black Ash.
And was it 2021, like November? So if you come down here, let's see. One second, let me find the right one. Was it like this one?
Was that October or September?
I'm just trying to show where. It's a really hard site to use though, because they don't. Some of the data is kind
It's like
of hard to find.
it's like the comic book 130 point.
Maybe this one. So they use like the diamond distributors. All right, here you go. So here it says low estimate and then has a high estimate. So like for instance, Batman, 3 Jokers, low estimate 190,000. Right. So like you just have to find the Fortnite ones, and sometimes it's easier to Google and use Comic-Con to find it. But this will give you the high and the low estimate based off of the distributor. And so Foundation was roughly 80,000. That's pretty much what it was. I think I might have. Do I have it here? Did I save it? Well, it's kind of hard to find. You're gonna have to Google it, but it's all there. It took me a while to find the data for it.
Yeah, that
it was between. I think it was like 70 to like 85,000 was the estimate.
Yeah,
I'd have
like
to look.
for
It wasn't 80 to 120. It was like It was really roughly about 80,000.
Like for instance, like Zero War, I'm almost positive it's probably over 300K.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I think they put a lot into this one in the aspect of that I think they had their surefire with 0 point. They understood where they was at. I think a lot more was printed with this one for sure. But now it's hard for me. I guess my brain
I
doesn't.
mean, my comic book sold out. My comic book store sold out. I was talking to AKA Bog, and he said something like he thought a lot of stores under ordered again.
Mhm.
I mean, these stores keep under ordering Fortnite because they just don't believe in it as much. But
Yeah, that's really what. And the thing is, my comic book store definitely thanked me because they were gonna order only like they were gonna order under 25, and I'm like, listen, I need this one at 25, I need this 150. What can we do? So pretty much what happened was they ordered the one at 50, and if anything was left over, I said that I would grab to grab the rest of those, do giveaways. Them things are gone. There's nothing left, and
yeah,
that
I
was after
mean,
3 days.
and by the amount of people who are just getting it for the codes, I'm not really worried.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like the print. I mean, no
A
one's
lot
like
of
no one's keeping
so
these in perfect condition.
put it this way, no lie, like random numbers, but like 75% got it for the code. The other percent, like the other 10%, let's put 10% on that, was
Hmm.
to actually read it, maybe even more than that, 15%. And then there's like the collectors, which is a very small community right now. Like actually bagging and boarding a comic for Fortnite is it's a very niche community right now.
So, and if you look at CGC, so you can look at like the graded, and for like the Donald Mustard variant cover here, I know it's hard to see. There's 24 graded, and there's only 18 9.8s,
Yeah.
three 9.6s, a 9.4, and a 9.2.
While you're
Um,
there, can you save me some time and look up the issue number 4, the Renegade and Batman cover?
mhm.
The reason why now I have 15 of those. The reason why I have 15 of those is because I'm almost positive I still don't have a 9.8 in a raw copy. Like I don't know, bro. That is a hard cover to grade.
And I can show y'all which one he's talking. Let me do that
Yeah, I got
first.
it. I got it right here.
I can also show it up on the screen
Oh yeah,
here.
yeah. You can show it on there.
So the one he's talking about is this cover here. It has the cover appearance of Renegade Raider. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, she's here too, but this was done by Donald
Yeah, that's her.
Mustard.
Yeah, that's her first. Technically, no, that's not even her. Yeah, that's her first cover appearance. But that's the Donald Mustard cover, so that's the reason why I
Yeah,
separate
and
that.
I also like this. Like, Donald Mustard loves to do like leaks and hints, and he has the stone in his hand here. Um, and the stone has some kind of like drawings on it that I think are going to be important at some point. So I really like this cover.
Yeah.
To get back to answer your question, let's see, where was I? The mustard one. There's
Mhm.
9 graded, 3 9.8s, 6 9.6s.
Mm. I want one or two 9.8s, and I'm good on that one.
You want to know about the monofoil?
I still got to send mine
0.1.
in.
The foil edition has 30 graded, and there's 23 9.8s,
One
one
9.9.
9.9, 4 9.6s. Now, the monofoil was like a very heavy card stock, which is why I was be able to grade so high. Um, the Foundation comic has a lot of blacks, and
Hmm.
from my understanding, it's harder to grade covers like that.
Yeah, the black covers is rough. Like
Hmm.
even this one, the Sloan first appearance. The first one that came in, I immediately seen spine so a couple spine ticks on it, but my other one is pretty clean.
And I would say I'm not saying that there's less Foundation comics in the monofoil. I'm definitely not saying that. You can definitely find Foundation comics in Raw. People
Yeah.
aren't grading them like they were the monofoil. The monofoil was going for like 2K, so people were grading those things quickly.
Yeah, and what Omar is bringing up, yeah, for sure. This is the fact. The fact is this: any more than not, anybody that's grading the Fortnite comics right now is a part of either a comic book shop, is a part of a comic book community. It's not too many that's just that community is very small right now. The Fortnite collecting community based off of Fortnite is very small. That's why I do love it. It's genuinely just fun. Like I have no thought process when it comes to anything. It's just pure collecting the comics.
I mean, we talked about this before. Like, I always like to collect things, and I was always looking for something
Mm-hmm.
until Fortnite came along. It
Mm-hmm.
all felt kind of fake. Like sports, I like basketball, but like
Yeah.
I tried to collect sports cards, and then but when Fortnite came along, like I've never felt that attached to it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So I know these kids are gonna get there one of these days once they get to be like me.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
I
that's
mean,
and yeah, like we definitely talked about that. That is 100% true. Like it was like this was the first time I could feel like I was a part of it from the beginning. Like it was like I wanted something where like for instance, if I talk about Spider-Man, there is 90,000 people that can tell me more. You know
oh
what I
yeah,
mean? It's not the same with Fortnite. Like I've been a part of it, so I feel like we can have conversations and
hmm,
maybe, come to a disagreement of how it happened, but
yeah,
I wouldn't feel like I wouldn't feel like I'm an outsider.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Like because a lot of that stuff happened before us. You know, if you look at
Yeah.
like all like the nitty gritty details,
Mhm.
like we're gonna know those things. Like
Yeah.
once it's in the movie, like
Yeah.
they're not gonna be able to tell you everything in the movie. And we're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, but I know why Jonesy did that. You
Exactly.
don't know why, but I
Yeah.
know why he did
Yeah.
that. It's because of this.
And even like, so like for instance, they have to come out with new runs and new runs of a comic, and then you have this comic that was so beautiful, and then they put a new writer or a new penciler in there, and then it changes the whole feel of the comic, but it may be for the new generation. This is pure bone dry at the beginning, and I love that. I love that.
Yeah, basically right now we're all first adapters.
Yeah.
So like we're all very, 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 very early
Yeah.
in this market.
Yeah. It's those, and the thing is, like for instance, like I'll even say like I went just to shore up, like because I do want 9.8s, and like I'll say most of the comics. But the thing is that's for me when it comes to the collecting aspect, I want to try to get every Fortnite comic that comes out as long as I can. If you collect comics, you know what's about to happen. If Fortnite has a great
The
run, you know what's about to happen. They're gonna come out with 15 variants per issue. And
yeah,
that's when it gets rough. Like so
that's
I
what I'm
want to do it as
afraid
long as
of.
I can,
I was like, I said I was gonna do the same thing. I was like, I'm gonna have a master collection. I'm one of the only people that can own every single cover because I have the one of five.
Mhm.
I'm like one of the only people who can own every single one
Yeah. I'll have every
potentially.
released one. So
Every
yeah.
release one, yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like I kind of want to do that, but then I started thinking when Marvel starts doing 30 covers,
But it's easy though. Like for instance, you
30
have how
times
many?
5 is only $150 versus like a card that's 150.
Yeah, but not only that, how many foundation covers do you? I mean, issues do you have?
I have a couple.
Exactly. So if you,
I've got
yeah,
like 30 of the foundation one.
yeah, like that. Now, when they start doing like store variants and everything like that, like
Hmm.
consistent, that's when I would be like, okay, which ones do I like? But right now, it's very manageable.
Yeah, that's true. I think I'm gonna get back on that. I want to get one of those really nice like drawers where you get all the comics come out.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, I mean, I went really crazy on 0 point, so I have like at least 8 of each cover,
yeah,
like 7 to 8 of each cover.
yeah.
But I was new to comics when those came
Hmm.
out, and I was like I didn't know how it worked, so I just wanted to get 8 of each one.
Yeah. Well, you know what's weird? I'll tell you what's super weird. Now, when it comes to the cards, I want my cards slabbed 1000%. Like I
Hmm.
do. Like whether I rush to get them slabbed or not, I do want them slabbed. When it comes to the comics, I really don't care, which is weird to me.
Oh,
Like,
I like them. No, I like
yeah, I
mine.
like them raw. Like,
I
pause.
like mine slabbed
Yeah,
and raw.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think they look amazing slabbed because they
yeah,
look like pieces of art. But I need to have raw copies.
yeah,
Like the cards, I'm okay having it graded and not raw. It looks
yeah.
better. It looks better graded.
Right.
It still feels like a card. But for
But
the comic,
then,
I need a reading copy too. I need one that I can actually like have
exactly, exactly.
that isn't just art.
You're right, right.
But here's the difficult part. It's like the connection between the cards and the comic is so different
Hmm.
because it's like if you're buying cards, let's say you go buy a series one card for $300,
Hmm.
and then the comics come out and it says $5. How do you not buy more than one?
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? It's
That's
like it's just
especially where you come from. Like,
when you
yeah, like
come from
it's like,
cards, it's
yeah,
hard.
yeah.
It's hard. It's like, oh, it's only $5. Let me get two. Let me get
Like,
three.
cause like the funny thing is like not even being funny, right? So
Mhm.
let's think about the 3000 the Midas and Meowsco covers with Spider-Man and Miles Morales, right?
Mhm.
It quadrupled, and guess what that quadruple was?
Hmm.
fifty
Oh,
dollars.
did it get up to 50?
Yeah, it's up to 50. Not sell, not sell. They have them up for 50. I'll
Okay.
clarify that. But yeah, that's it's so interesting. And then Black Ash said why. I don't know. Like for instance, I like the slabs for sure. But like actually feeling the raw comic, I don't know. It's cool for me. Like it does it's not this I don't have the same mindset card to comic for some reason.
He said he just bought up 4 of the 0 point issue number 4 Renegade cover.
See the in the
I really like that cover. I'm telling you, there's a secret behind that. Donald Mustard is sneaky as hell.
yo, I just want to make sure I get a 9.8 though. I'm worried about that cover, bro. I
I'm
really am.
all mine look good, but I have like 20 of them. But
But the thing is like I know that good could be that 9.6 to 9.8 is not like, it's not like the
mhm.
cards. It's like
I
it's
mean, see,
very
I'm
thin.
weird because I've never sent in anything to be graded for comics. I keep buying them at
Yeah.
9.8s,
Yeah.
so I won't really know until I send them in.
Right. And that's
But
exactly.
for like my foundation one, I'm sending all but one in, I guess, because I'm gonna keep
Well,
one raw.
you can do you have over 25. You can do 25 and don't do it again. Never mind. Never mind. But you can do 25 pre-screen, and what I mean by that, like you can pre-screen it where if you only want 9.8s, you get an $8 charge if it's under a 9.8 and they send them back raw.
But if it's a home run comic, like I think the foundation is, a
Yeah.
9.6 is still gonna do good.
Yeah.
A 9.8
Right.
might do double,
Right.
but 9.6 is still gonna do good. Um,
Oh, you
hmm.
talking about the he's talking about the game that's coming out. It did say that it's possibly a hold on that. It's what is the I forgot the game. It's
I
the
didn't
game
hear
with
this.
all the it's the game with all the characters in it. I forgot the name of it. But
Oh,
it's like a
it's
multiverse
like the
game.
Super Smash Brothers type of
Yeah,
game.
yeah, yeah. And
Oh, my wife showed me that game,
yeah, so that I did hear that as well.
so that might
Yeah, it might
yeah.
be a pause. And if it is a pause, could we have what we were talking about? Could we have a monthly issue run with Marvel?
I
Or
mean,
could
as
they
long as I get a monthly, I want them to start a monthly issue run of the comics. I really do, but
yeah.
they've got to get some. They got to get it going on that. Yeah, I don't know about the DC characters, but like the beauty thing about Fortnite is they don't need DC, they don't need Marvel.
Hmm.
Um, they have their own characters that
It's
they can talk about too.
and it's not just us saying that. People prefer it. People legit want
Gamers,
them. Yeah, they want them to
gamers,
be
gamers
on their own.
prefer Epic
Hmm.
Game created characters more
Hmm.
than they like these the
For sure.
collabs. And the collabs make sense. The way that Fortnite made the collabs make perfect sense
Hmm.
is beautiful. I don't know how they did it so
Yeah.
well.
And it's funny because it's almost like they're trying to solidify it where it's like once you in the system, you can't backtrack. You know what I mean? Like it's like once you're in that collab system, I think everything is on the table, and I think that's what Epic Games and Fortnite really wanted.
Yeah, but so Omar, but the thing is, comics are made to be read, and
Hmm.
these Fortnite comics are being read.
Hmm.
So yes, you're right that like cards generally are kept in good condition,
Hmm.
but these comics, I mean, some comics are like the other comics. If you talk about like Spider-Man stuff like that, people go out of their way to spec and collect those.
Right.
They're not doing that with Fortnite. They're
Mm-mm.
reading and ripping them. So there's lots of opportunity there to keep them clean.
Like and but the reason why I brought up that issue for is just because of the color of that cover, like from all the copies I've seen, it's not rough as in the corners is really rough, but if you know comics, the corners is really not judged the same way as it is in like, with cars and
Hmm.
everything. Like that is like a manufactured thing. That's what they factor that
So
as. But yeah.
yeah, so basically to sum it up, they grade the comics based on they take into account production
Hmm.
errors and shipping and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They really grade, has this comic been read? Was it like handled? Is
Hmm.
there like creases in the front of the cover? Is there like scratches or stuff like that?
Yeah.
Print issues, they don't really count those badly towards the grade too much.
Yeah. It's one of those, and it's one of those things where like now we're in the modern era. So 9.8 is not uncommon. Like you're gonna get 9.8s. Uh, it's like 9.8, 9.6. Like 9.4 is when it kind of gets weird. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Like where it's like, like if I see a 9.4, I would have to buy it for less than the grading cost. But it's like at the same time, it's just they're so big. It's just like it's no point of me doing that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if I want something that size where it's a different size in the card where I can have the raw copy, I definitely would, rethink it.
I would love to know the contracts
Right,
behind
Omar.
the collabs as well. I want to know I want to know Panini's contract with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I've Googled and I've searched and I've tried to figure it out. I have no idea. I want to know like how long is the Panini contract? I want
Mm-hmm.
to know about I also want to know about the Marvel contracts too because Panini has Marvel,
Mm-hmm.
for
Upper deck.
cards,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because they have some. They have like Green Lantern,
Who?
Panini.
Oh, for DC.
Yeah, they have some.
Oh yeah,
So I was like, I
yeah.
wonder if they can do some cards like Batman or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
because Marvel is upper deck, and I remember I
Hmm.
told you I've watched I've watched some Marvel content over the past month, and like when how we're having this conversation, their conversations have been that upper deck isn't getting product out fast enough, and as of right now, the availability of Marvel cards in like a Walmart or a Target is like few and far in between. And I think recently they're probably going to start getting those in stores. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a Marvel collector, as y'all know. But our issues and their issues is very different. Like it's almost like the demand is there, but the product isn't. And on a whole
Hmm.
different way, where ours is a little bit on a different
Um,
situation.
I think the skins can expire. The question is, if they
What?
do, there's gonna be a whole bunch of problems.
What you mean?
Because um, it's like you don't own your Fortnite skin.
Right.
Like if they change the game in some way where you can't use the skins, I think it's legal.
Mm-hmm.
They can do it, so they could expire eventually.
Yeah.
Um, but there would be a lot of backlash. So I
Yeah.
don't, I feel like whatever they do, they have to transfer all that over.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, there'll be a lot of backlash. I don't know.
Yeah.
The skins you get from the comics do expire, by the way. So if you have a code,
Yeah.
those do
It's
expire. A year for
it's
this one.
yeah, December 2023 for Zero War, and then it's 2025 for 0 Point.
Yeah, there are Marvel cards. The
Yes.
PMG started going
I
crazy.
would be lying to you if I didn't say I loved me some Marvel cards. Am I gonna
Pe-
buy any? No. But yeah.
I got close.
Yeah, no, I
I'm not before it exploded. When I was in
Mhm,
sports,
mhm.
when Fortnite first came out in like 2019,
Yeah.
I was like, man, what other cards are out there that are different? I
Mhm.
started looking at Marvel, and I started looking. I was like, ooh, these are pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it's like I didn't connect the same way to them,
Yeah.
But I was looking at like Storm
Mhm.
and Gambit. I was looking at some of those cards. I never pulled the trigger, and then like the boom happened, and some of them went up.
Yeah, I am a big PMG fanboy, but I will never pull the trigger on it because I do not have a full master set of Series One shards,
Yeah,
and like it's so hard for me, bro. Like I will see something that I'm interested in, and I'm like, but I don't even have this yet. Like I don't even have this card in the S,
yeah.
and
I
so
collect Fortnite.
so I
I
just
collect Fortnite.
I'm just not there at that.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
I feel you. It's like you're collecting Fortnite. There's so much to collect. It's hard, right?
Yeah.
Um, Man, if Panini loses sports and they focus on Fortnite, I would not be mad.
Um, Omar, modern comic grading is, I wouldn't say it's in its infancy,
Oh no, not at all.
depending on your, like, uh this is a major especially when it comes to like the variant and the virgin covers and all of that. Like it's pretty active. Like
It's pretty established.
yeah, it's
It's
very
just
established.
different. It's just a
Yeah.
different market.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because and then it depends what modern you're talking about, because it's when it comes to like bronze, golden age, and everything like that. But if you're talking about like super modern, like like 2010s or even 2015 and up, yeah, it's pretty active right now, especially with the Marvel Disney Plus. That's what's changing it. The Marvel Disney Plus, and then them coming out with those the new runs at the same time. is kind of having like this balancing factor for the modern comics.
I'm sure there's a contract in place for them to sell them in game. If that's what you're curious about.
Yeah.
I'm sure there is. Just like they can't mention Galactus
Mhm.
in anything but a Marvel comic.
Mhm.
They haven't been able to mention him in other stuff. They had to beat around the bush when they said that.
Mhm.
Dill, I wasn't flexing. Your boy asked over here, do we have any recent eBay purchases? I was just trying to share some of what we did today. That's all. Um, yeah, your
Then
boy. We opened up my PSA order. We're gonna post it again as we're gonna clip it and post it if you want to
mhm.
rewatch.
Yeah.
But we got some pretty good cards.
Yeah, and Omar, yeah, for sure. Like the that the I think that's the unbalance for the Marvel cards is because you
Mhm.
have the PMGs that's numbered, you know exactly what it is, and then you have like everything else. You have the sketch cards, you have the jambalayas, you have those type of cards, and then it kind of gets murky after that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But I mean, that's what we've been talking about freaking Fortnite cards forever is because the print runs are crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, even Black Knight, which was selling for like 25 to 50,000, there's only
yeah,
31 graded shards.
yeah.
And that's after 3 years of it selling for that much.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it was in the PSA magazine
Yeah,
and they still didn't like break 50.
yeah,
That's a pretty short print run right
for
there.
sure. And and then Omar with the forcing incentives. I think people are a little harsh on the incentive variants. The reason why I say that is because don't get me wrong, there's a lot for a specific issue. Like, especially if it's a popular comic, they'll do like 30, like including the store variants and everything. It'll be like 30 issues of a variants and stuff. But the reason why I say that is this gives the artists that don't get to do the inside artwork. This gives them a chance. They become cover artists.
Hmm.
And I love artwork. Like
I
so
do
when you
too. Yeah.
so when you like for instance, let's just be real. Issue 1 had solid art. It wasn't great art. Issue 2 has amazing artists, and I'm glad that I get to get those options instead of for just a cover A or cover B and maybe one extra variant. I like those options. That's not everybody, especially like OG collectors, but I'm glad that they do that because I want to see other characters, other skins on the cover. And it definitely sometimes can be a money grab, but it is what it is.
I mean, and who at the end of the day, it's not really hurting you. Just don't buy the ones, just buy
Yeah,
the ones you like. I mean, it's different. I get that, but yeah, from a collector perspective, it's fine. And maybe that's why people get off about it. They
yeah,
get
yeah,
mad because it's harder to profit off of it. It's harder to
yeah.
figure out which ones you should get, maybe.
Hmm.
Um, but I mean, I like it. Maybe we like it as like Fortnite collectors because for the other ones that are established, who've seen those characters.
Hmm.
For us, there's so many characters we want to see. It's like I want to see them on a cover,
Yeah,
and so we
yeah,
get the
exactly,
opportunity. With the more covers you get, the more chances you get.
exactly.
But maybe we just are too big of fanboys. That's why we like all the incentive variants.
And I think Omar. I guess it's a like you're right because you are a rarity collector, and I think that's the gift and the curse because they realize that, and as a business, unbiasedly, do you not take advantage of that? And so I guess that's the perspective I always come from.
Yeah, trying to figure out which one's a rarity is a little bit harder. Yeah, I get that. Yo, McDowell, congrats. That's a steal.
Yeah,
I like Series 3 hobby boxes this one because they're fun to rip. And $35 is a steal, I have to say, don't you think?
yeah,
For a hobby box?
yeah.
My wife loves opening those.
Yeah, no, I love the hobby boxer series 3, and Stray Kid, 8 Ball and Black Knight is literally not in the same breath. 8 Ball is a great card. But
Now, when you say is it even more rare than Black Knight, I guess you're talking about the cards. It's it's so hard to speculate on some of this stuff because there's so many different cards. 8 Ball might just haven't hit the market. People who haven't been wanting to
mhm,
sell it. Black Knight is selling for so much, so
mhm,
people are listing it and grading it. people might not know that 8 Ball is going for that because it might just have a
But
fan base.
but Stray also on top of that, Dylan, for Stray, that could also be the conversation of rarity versus scarcity.
There you go.
And I think,
Everyone
yeah,
knows and wants the Black Knight.
yeah,
There is a fan base for 8 Ball, I
mhm.
think. It's not as big as Black Knight though.
Exactly, Omar. Like it's like, so for instance, let's just hypothetically say, right? Hypothetically saying, let's say 8 Ball has 20 more that comes in within the next 2 years, and then Black Knight reaches, let's say, six. I don't even say no. Let's say he reaches 45, or something like that. It still will be scarcity versus rarity, just based off of how many people want Black Knight compared to 8 Ball. Even though I'm one of those ones that want 8 Ball.
Can you clarify what you mean by the ripping effect is Series 1?
I think I know what he's saying, but yeah, he probably should clarify. But I think I know what he's getting at. Me too, Mac. I definitely enjoyed 8 Ball. 8 Ball is one of my favorite characters. And I'm glad that he finally got this role, this feature, because I wanted his card for a long time. But now that he's in the comic, it makes me happy. I already have two of the 8 Ball covers solidified, so I'm happy about that.
This comment right here is so true and glorious. I mean, any character can become popular.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, literally, because they have comics and they have shows, whoever Donald Mustard or Christos Gage, whoever they decide to give limelight to,
Mm-hmm.
could have a ripple effect, and it could be a whole big character.
Yep.
And I could have sold it long ago.
Yeah.
This is what I said about like I was never a big fan of Ice King, but because Mecha Team Leader came back, so can Ice King. It's like just because that season's over and it didn't make a huge impact long term doesn't mean it didn't. Like we just don't
Yeah.
know. So this is such a true comment.
The,
This is where people like me who thinks he knows exactly what he wants could get caught up. Where
mhm,
people who, unlike me, who buy master sets could get a leg up over me and get something
mhm.
that I didn't know because they went wide instead of narrow.
Yeah, that is definitely true. Omar, I agree with that. And it's crazy because that's what, to me, what Omar's saying about the popularity between series 1 and series 2. I think that's what gives series 2 value right now, because
Hmm.
the tides did change. Like, now, to me, series 2 is actually a fun rip compared to what it was 6 months ago. I had no interest in ripping any series 2 ever again. Like, literally.
I will say that there's since the comics came out,
Hmm.
my list for series 2 may have doubled.
Doubled, yes.
Before I had like I can count them on hand. Aura, Hush, um, wait, stop, wait. Those are the only two I really, really wanted from series
Yeah.
2. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie,
it helps Omar point, because it really is like that. Like, it's like, for
but
me, I'll say what mine's originally was.
yeah.
Mine's was originally it was originally Aura, Singularity.
Hmm.
Um yeah, that,
It's
like,
it
originally that's what it really
originally,
was.
yeah.
Like, yeah,
It's hard, right?
that's what it really
Now,
was. Like,
I
I'm
mean,
not gonna
now
lie.
like I'd be fine with Paradigm. I'd be fine with Singularity.
Chaos Agent,
Chaos
Eight
Agent.
Ball.
Yeah, all those. Yeah,
Yeah,
especially the
is
comics. If you start going through those, like I
yeah,
like before, I wouldn't care about 8 Ball. I have the skin, but I would have probably sold it.
yeah,
But now with him being in the comic and like he having those lines and stuff, like, oh, that's a pretty cool card. Let me keep it. Yeah,
yeah.
there's a couple other ones that I'm not even thinking of, but 100%.
Because, and I wouldn't even lie to you. Like, series 2 compared to, like, at that time, you had to kind of put your spec hat on for series 2, because it was, at that time, it was nothing in there. You know what I mean? Like, it was just, but now it blossomed. It really did. It was definitely a slow growth for series 2, but I'm liking what was there. Yeah,
Now,
Ultimate Knight's a dope card.
Oro is pretty cool in the fact that we're pretty sure he's Midas, like 99.9% sure,
Hmm.
90% sure maybe.
Yeah,
Um, he has the same scar, so that's pretty cool.
yeah.
Um, yeah, Ultimate Knight was a cool looking card. I really liked the card, but I sold it pretty quick.
And then I
Ultimate Knight
liked
for the
I
art,
liked
yeah.
Ice King. I liked Ice King card. See, look at Mac is on the same. Mac, you might not have been here yet, but we've said the same thing.
Yeah, I hated Bandolier. I probably had the cracked ice card.
Really?
I didn't hate her. It was like one of those cards like
You hated pulling her.
yeah, like if I pulled her, it's like oh
Yeah,
shit, I pulled a no name card. Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? It could have been a sweat skin. Actually, it's not that bad of a
It's a great
skin.
no. It's a
It's
great
not.
well.
It just
Yeah.
was never popular, and I didn't want it. But her action in the comic and like her personality, yeah, she was like
See,
she could grow into something.
I like Bandolette in game because my favorite male skin at that time was Bandolier, and so that was the counterpart
Hmm.
to So I liked it that way. But it wasn't like I was wearing her on a consistent basis. She was just a skin.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah, I agree that the scar gives it away that Oro is probably
yeah.
Midas. And I'm telling you, Midas and all of them and Chaos Agent are gonna have their day in the story.
hmm
I don't know when. Eventually, they will though.
Midas, Chaos Agent, Drift, Vi or V, however you say it. All of those are gonna have their day. Matter of fact, we're talking about people that could have their day. Ice King and
Hmm.
Prisoner's Day is coming very soon.
Are you calling it?
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, you want me to call all the way?
Yeah, go for it.
Ice King, Prisoner, Ruin. Those three, I will stand on that ledge. It's
Hey,
coming
just so you know,
now.
Rob he's
Yeah,
always kept this theory. He's the
yeah,
reason why people say ruin comma Black Knight on
yeah,
eBay
yeah.
because of these theories.
And by the way, I have no Ruin cards. I have no Ice King. I have none of those cards. But yeah, for me, now I will say this though. Even if Ruin isn't Black Knight, because it is a far fetched theory, but it's
That is
there.
a very far
Yeah,
fetched theory. Yeah,
but even if he's not,
it
he
doesn't
is.
mean yeah.
Yeah,
Even if he's not,
he
it doesn't mean there's not a story there.
right. And I think
Yeah.
he's definitely connected to Prisoner and Ice King. Does he come from the same place? I don't know because that doesn't really make sense.
Well,
Um,
we
you
do
know,
know
not,
that Prisoner is somehow connected to the
yes.
Seven, and that's
hmm
probably why he's saying that they're next in the
Yeah,
story because of that.
yeah.
And we know this because there was a whiteboard in the IO agent place, and it said the Seven,
hmm
comma Prisoner question mark.
hmm
So
But not only that, what is his name? Dang, I forgot his name. One of our consistent viewers, he said that he felt Ice King could be seven related, close, even closer than Prisoner. And both of those work. Like I don't
mhm.
know, bro. Like I do not know.
The
Like
whole
that's
icy moon
yeah,
is something that's different.
yeah. And then
We have to pay attention to the ice moon
mhm,
because we're going to go there in the comics.
yes.
In the comics, they're going there. They're looking for someone to help them control the storms. That's how cold it is
I
there.
I'll put it this way. Dylan, you know what I'm really gonna be like anxiety builds up with issue 4 and 5,
Hmm.
that's when I'm gonna be like, because we're gonna find some stuff out.
Oh
Like
yeah, for
and
sure.
and in issue 4 and 5, that's when like the way we felt with issue 1, like seeing 8 ball and seeing, uh, seeing the order and imagine, that was amazing. But what issue 4 and 5 is gonna do, that is gonna get real interesting for sure.
Hmm. Yeah, it is weird that Polar Peak had a round table of seven, and but we talked about the chair being knocked over, which is weird because that was before there was a fight with Paradigm, or
Yeah.
was it?
What?
Okay, originally we said that the chair being knocked over was weird because the fight with the seven
Mm-hmm.
was after because the robot was after. But now we know that she built the robot after she left them.
Mm-hmm.
So really, those seven chairs could be from the seven.
It could be. And
Yeah.
it's hard to what makes it hard is because there's no, like, so for instance with other comics, right, there's ways that you can pinpoint time from other, whether like for instance like 616, that is a specific lore, right? We have
Hmm.
nothing to base this off of besides what we've seen over the past 4 years, and it really hasn't been 4 years. It's really been 2 years. Like the first 2 years of the lore was just interesting. It was just moments. Now it's changing tides, and it's heating up even more, and it can go so many different ways. Like what happens if, at the end of it, Midas just pops up? What does that even mean? Like
Hmm.
those type of things can happen at any given moment.
I'm
And it's
99% sure that Midas escaped the loop.
yeah, yeah. Yes, yeah, Mac. I'm telling you, that's very interesting, and I wouldn't be mad. Like I love the Batman run, but I wouldn't be mad if because of the situation with the new game, if Marvel and Fortnite had to come back to the table and be like, all right, you know what it is, you know we go with both sides, but what do you want to do here? You know what I mean? Or do they venture off on their own officially? It's just
Yeah, I
so
mean, I
it's
don't really care as long as we get the story. Like, you
yeah,
can drop Marvel or DC or
yeah.
use them both or not. Doesn't really matter to me. Um, but we got a lot of unanswered questions from DC,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
the Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, he's still
He's
on the
still
island. He
he's
had
still
a
on the island.
plan. There was something going on,
Yeah.
so I would like to finish that out a little bit. But I mean, the Foundation has bigger fish to fry right now,
Mm-hmm.
or so he thinks. It's weird because the Paradoon went to the Ice Moon after season 9 event.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The whole time thing, and I don't think the 0 point goes between time. It's just different universes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's like time.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't know.
Because I want you to throw. We're gonna do the comic video, but this is our community right here. This is our community. But I want because I love your theory. Throw your theory out about the sisters.
Okay. So when I was reading this
I gotta
first one,
write this. I gotta make sure we clip it though.
okay, yeah, and I'm trying to remember how to do this offhand, but I was reading through the comic with the sisters, and it's almost like they're a focal point in this comic.
Mm-hmm.
And there's several instances where they're like, this is personal for us, we
Mm-hmm.
can't trust you guys with this yourselves. So one
Yeah.
of the sisters goes with Jonesy.
Mm-hmm.
They said, do you want to elaborate? And she's like, no. um they're called they're both imagined and the other one's order, right?
Mm-hmm.
The same thing as the IO, which is led by Genos.
Yeah.
Genos looks like a monster or an alien of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure that the imagined order, the two sisters, are the daughters of Genos,
Which we already thought, but where you
which we
went a
already
little
thought.
deep,
Yeah, I'm gonna go
where
a little
you went
deeper.
deeper. Yeah. Go ahead.
So that's what we're thinking. And if he looks like that, how can they be human, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we follow the Imagine throughout the comic book, and there's several instances. So she fights Miss Marvel, and
Mm-hmm.
she's floating in the sky without any blasters under her feet. And if you look at Origin, if you look at the Foundation, whenever they're flying, they
Yeah.
have rockets or blasters under their feet. She
Mm-hmm.
does not in any of the screenshots, even in the ones sharing the page with Foundation.
Yeah.
She's just floating there fighting Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And Captain Marvel says you have an alien signature. She
Mm-hmm.
doesn't say your signature is from a different world. She literally says alien.
Yeah.
And Captain Marvel is known for fighting other aliens in her
Yeah.
comic and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I am fairly certain that she is an alien and she is not human.
Right.
And if you look at her feet in the comic book,
Mm-hmm.
they don't look normal. It looks
Yeah.
kind of like point two toes
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure, and you can even see it. Let me pull this back up. So if you go and look at a close-up image of the two sisters together, and if you look at their feet,
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it, hear me. See if I can get down to it. If you look at their feet, you can see it's like
Yeah.
two-toed. That's not a normal shoe right there. And this design wasn't just for this. This is a different artist, but all of them had the same type of feet.
Mm-hmm.
So they may look human in the faces, but I don't think they're
They could
human.
possibly be aliens, and they
So
even
that's just my
that
theory.
was I like that one because it would make sense. You know, it would make
Hmm.
sense. Omar said he said up here. Do you guys feel the must creative team have the proper plan for say 1 to 3 years lore wise, and kind of they improvise here and there based on the reaction of players and fan base?
I
Um,
think they do improvise, but I think they're way more than 3. I think it's 5 to 7 years.
yeah,
I think I read somewhere 7
yeah.
years.
I would even push it out to like I would push it out even a little bit more than that, which sounds crazy, but I really will. And they improvise. The reason why they say they improvise is because the island is the focal point. So
Hmm.
any like when they're listening to the community, it's easy for them to implement them into in there at any given point. Like I'm almost positive 8 Ball is like a legit fan favorite. It made sense to he was already a part of Ego. So it made
Mhm.
sense to infiltrate him earlier because you got to remember there's what it as of right now there's 4 other people that's in Ego, but 8 Ball was the most popular one, so he got infiltrated first. But yeah, I think the plan is way out there. But yeah, I think I'm literally almost positive.
Yeah, yeah. And the way that Don Mustard plans ahead is crazy.
Yeah,
He literally plans guns for the game 2 to 3 years ahead.
2 to 3 years ahead, literally.
Guns. Like
Yeah,
the rail gun, he
yeah.
was in chapter one. It didn't come out to chapter two.
Mm-hmm.
So he plans ahead.
And
Um,
then yeah.
real quick, McDowell. Yeah, so she's also has that kind of like floating power while she's on the Fortnite island,
Mm-hmm.
as well as when she comes to whichever Earth they were at. 616 was it?
Yeah.
Um,
Now
I
I
don't know.
believe it's that.
I don't know what gives her the power. You might be
Yeah.
right. I don't know about all that, but none of the other ones had it. So there's something different about her.
Because Omar, we don't know the background of Zero yet. We don't know if it was because the weird thing is like I brought up Zero for that reason before. Like I remember vividly that Zero was released right after the event, right? He was the first skin in the item shop.
He told me this. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that, and
Yeah.
I checked him on it.
Yeah.
I checked him
Yeah.
on it. It was the
Yeah.
very first skin of
Yeah.
chapter two.
Yeah, so he was the first one out, but the way they did it, we just didn't because we seen Mecha Team Leader that way. We didn't know what Zero was, and I think at some point we can get some story behind that of either how he was created or him being a like
I'll
top
do
tier being.
I'll do you one major. His figure here
Mm-hmm.
looks a lot like the stick drawings on the stone that Batman is holding.
Mm-hmm.
So food for thought for sure. And if you his name's Zero. We have 0 Point. We have Zero Ward. And right after the black hole, after the whole island was gone,
Mm-hmm.
he's the first skin that comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, food for thought. Yeah, I have no theories on him yet, besides that he's some kind of being that's related to the
He
0 Point.
he could have been a part of the effect of it. And that's the way I thought of him. But I think it may be more at this point. I just don't know when that'll be revealed. I don't know how far out that is. I don't, but I just don't know.
Well, they said that the 0 Point created the Big
Mm-hmm.
Bang,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe there was a group of people like Zero
Mm-hmm.
who were responsible. Well, I mean,
Be-
we don't really know. We
because
might not find out for a while.
what I will say is like for instance, my gut feeling and everybody's gut feeling is at least on Fortnite Twitter. Let's say that if Ice King and Prisoner is about to come back, right? Technically, Cube Queen and the Origin are aliens, right? They're from out of that world or whatever you want to say.
But when you say are they out of that universe?
Maybe I don't
Or
know.
are they just from a different planet? Because alien would be like out in outer space, a different planet.
I think they're a
Because the
different
island
planet.
is a different planet, so they're part of that main one.
But I didn't mean the Ice Queen. I said Ice Queen or Cube Queen?
You said Cube Queen.
Okay, Cube Queen. I think Cube Queen has her own planet, I believe.
Yeah, but it's in the same reality zero.
Well, yes, but I think we may find out more about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for sure.
Yeah, we have no idea. I'm just curious what you were thinking.
Yeah.
I don't know. See, I have a bigger theory. Because if you goes back to 0 Point and they go underground, it's a whole Colosseum like thing.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it was ancient, and it had those like golems that was
Mm-hmm.
controlled by some kind of power.
Yeah.
Right. And so I don't know if Zero is necessarily bad or evil.
Mm-hmm.
But there was some kind of like I had some kind of like Colosseum vibe that happens every 1,000 years or something.
Mm-hmm.
I had some weird theory then, but like there's something weird about how that was all set up in 0 Point.
Yeah.
And I don't know what Zero is or how it comes to be.
Mm-hmm.
He could be a pretty badass character.
But and it's interesting because you have to pay attention so closely because the Ice King was obvious, but nobody caught it. Where his level of, we knew he was important for that season.
Season. Yeah.
But you couldn't call the level of importance that we possibly could be about to find out.
Hmm.
And so you just can't like I've always said, you can't overlook anybody that was a part of the secret battle pass or the battle pass in general.
I mean, we were
And
talking about AIM.
yep,
So if you didn't watch the
yep,
live event with us, I put on the
yep.
AIM outfit,
Mhm.
and he came from outer space, and
Yep.
he was frozen just like the
Mhm.
ice moon. And I never noticed too much, but his feet were frozen, his hands were frozen,
Mhm.
and we haven't figured out why. Oh my gosh, what if they have an AIM in the comic when they go there?
That'll be
I'm
dope.
calling it now. In the comics, we're gonna see AIM. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, in like 3 or 4. Watch, I'm calling
Mhm.
it.
And that's why I do want them to get to, whether it's with them or whether it's with Marvel, I want them to get to a monthly issue. Like I want like a bare minimum like 34 issue run. Like I would love that. Like just get the story deep in there. So hopefully that's in play.
So the way they described, like I said before, like you're looking at the island through different viewpoints.
Yeah.
So I don't want to. It'd be hard for them to do a summarized chapter.
Yeah.
If they do like an animated series or even a live action series, and
Yeah.
they do it through that chapter, I think they're going to look through a character's point of view,
Mhm.
their story, and that would be super interesting to me.
Yeah.
I don't care which character you pick,
Mhm.
take your pick. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be Jonesy. Like I just want to know like where these people getting looped into there
Mhm.
and fighting all these battles. That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, for sure.
I could watch that over and over
No,
again for each
literally.
different character.
Literally.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they should at some point,
Mhm.
story and lore, just so you can relive those events. Because
I think I'll put it this way. I think the first swing that they'll take is taking it from a 15-minute to possibly a 45-minute event. Now,
whoa,
will we be interactive with it? Who knows? Maybe we'll be interactive for the first 15 minutes and then that experience ends and then we see the rest. But I think that will be their first swing. Like I can see them doing like a short film style or 45 minutes, something along that lines where it's like this is the first swing. We get a whole lot in here. I think that'll be the first swing for sure.
well, I say I agree, Omar. They have so much opportunity here
Mm-hmm.
that branching into one or more characters, it's so much to do, which is
Mm-hmm.
why I think they're buying production
Mm-hmm.
companies.
Mm-hmm.
They can't just hire one company and do one thing.
Mm-hmm.
They have so much they want to do. They need to control that process. They
Mm-hmm.
need a studio to get. They need like Pixar. They need
Yeah.
their own
Yeah.
studio to get this shit done.
Mm-hmm. And it
That's
is
what I think.
because yeah, for sure. It's the interesting part about it is like this the effect that Zero War had on the community when it came to reading the comic. I think we're finally hitting that stride.
McDonald said he'd be dead before the Fortnite story ends.
More than likely, we all will be.
I mean, there's like so many shows that are like this though. Like if
Hmm.
you look at anime, like One Piece,
Hmm.
it's been going on for like 20 years,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
still haven't finished. And I've seen people joke about this. It's like the
Hmm.
writer, the creator, is
Hmm.
gonna be dead before they finish.
Well, I was researching because based off a timeline and how it was built, I was researching The Walking Dead and how it
Hmm.
was a comic first and like a graphic novel type thing.
Hmm.
The Walking Dead has such a niche community, comic book wise and story wise.
Hmm.
When the show came out, everybody fell in love with The Walking Dead, right?
Yeah.
But they still didn't even know that it was a comic. And then when they finally started connecting that's when it hit the full circle of what The Walking Dead was as an IP.
Hmm.
But the comics was thriving before the show ever was.
Well, yeah,
It
and
was
that's
just
why it gets picked up as a
yep.
show
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
media companies look at comics for ideas and
Yeah.
stories.
But you
Um,
got to hit it out the park though.
yeah.
You can't get, and when they hit it out the park is when that IP has it hit a whole nother level. That's when them action figures and everything has it branched off because they put time in to make sure when they came to screen, because you got to remember that comes from Image Comics. So that
Hmm.
was Spawn, and Spawn movie was iffy, at
I
best.
remember. I
But
remember that movie.
but when they did Walking Dead, they was like, no, this is gonna be the one. We're gonna make sure this is right, and they hit that one out the park.
Yeah, and yeah, they do. They branched off to other ones.
Yeah, and that's what we're
And Fortnite can do that like crazy, and they don't even have to look at different time frames. You can just
no.
look at the same character in the same time frame.
Because remember we was talking about, I think it was like a week or so ago. I want them to come out with more titles first,
Yeah,
comic wise. Like have multiple running at the same time.
I do too. Like I want to like about that character's origin
Hmm.
story. I want to read the origin story of the character before it hits the screen.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
said he said you looked up
yeah.
Donald. He looked up Donald's age to make sure that he was good.
That's
Look up
funny.
Donald's eating habits too. Let's make
There you
sure
go.
that
There you
you
go. Make
know
sure he's
is
healthy.
he working out? Is he working too hard? I'm gonna
That's
need.
funny.
I hope Donald Mustard has a really detailed notebook
I
of
could,
all of his ideas.
bro. I couldn't even imagine like when it comes to when the let's put it this way, when the demographic that messages you is under 15, I can't imagine what his day-to-day is like when he has to shut off his social media. Like the messages he probably get is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean
Like,
he has to answer all these fans. He's
yeah,
like he's like a CMO. I don't know. He's super high up in Epic Games,
yeah.
and then he's even drawing for the comic covers every
Hmm.
now and then. Um,
They
the guy's
yeah.
gotta be worked to death.
Well, they say, Crystal Gage said, like, he like, listen, Donald Mustard loved doing these covers, but he just doesn't have the time. Like, that's
Hmm.
why. So we were expecting to have 5 issues. I mean, 5 covers for Donald Mustard this run. That's not happening. Obviously, we may get one more, possibly.
Um, Donald Mustard did not. He was not the first creative director of Fortnite, I don't
Right,
believe. After
right.
looking at Game Informer, but
Mhm.
once it came out in 2017, I think he was.
Yeah, he was the beginning of. He wasn't Save the World's creative
He
director.
was not Save the World.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So like he definitely chapter one and chapter two was Donald Mustard.
Mm-hmm.
He even
Mm-hmm.
streamed with his brother, and they were talking about the railgun in
Yeah.
chat. And I mean chapter one. I mean season one or season two. He
Mm-hmm.
was streaming with his brother playing Fortnite,
Yeah.
answering questions about what's coming.
Yep.
So he's been in there since the beginning. But in 2014, when the game was just an idea, he was not part of the
Right.
story. Because I was
Right.
looking at Game Informer, and they listed
Yeah, I was
somebody
looking at
else's
the
name.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was someone else's name in
Because
Game
they
Informer.
the
I can maybe look it
Switch,
up.
even if you get a older copy of the Game Informer or a trash copy, you should look at it because it's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It is, Mac. I even watched the art direction. It was like an hour and a half presentation. I watched that whole thing, and the way Fortnite was supposed to be was more like Resident Evil. How it got to, well, I know how it got to this point, but like the fact that they solidified this point to get it to this more animated, you know, color friendly aspect of it was very interesting. Because the thing is, you don't feel the same drain that you feel when you play Call of Duty. Like, if you play Call of Duty 3 o'clock in the morning, you're gonna feel a little bit different compared to when you play Fortnite at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I think I don't know if this is the guy who wrote the article. I haven't done any
Hmm.
research, but it says Dan Reichert.
Yeah,
Reichert. So I think he was the one originally, but that was in 2014.
you
And that
know,
could just be the author. I don't really know.
yeah, what I was also thinking too. It probably really is. I don't think he'll be able to do any type of interview for like, and not even based off of time. Anything he says in an interview, anything,
Mm-hmm.
it could shift everything when it comes to, like, because like unless he gets really rigid with like what questions they can ask,
Mm-hmm.
other than that, I don't know how he would do it.
I mean, we've been saying before that we want to get Don Mustard on the show, but
That's our that's our moonshot. Our moonshot is Donald Mustard on the show.
so we
It-
have to get you guys have to help us get subscribers so that we can get Don
yeah,
Mustard on here.
yeah.
He needs to see like millions of subscribers so that he'll talk with us.
Our moonshot is Donald Mustard. Our mid moonshot, whatever that is, would be Crystal Gage.
I think we can. I've talked to Crystal Gage.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we can. Hopefully, well, I don't know if he keeps knocking these comics out of the park. He may be hard to
He
talk
might,
to too.
yeah, because I watched the interview he did a couple years. Matter of fact, it might be like a year and a half ago, and he was really chilled in the interview. So that's definitely possible.
Yeah, he has done stuff on like you have to catch him on the side of a pool. I
Yeah,
guarantee you, I would never be able to find him on the side of a pool.
yeah,
We do
yeah.
not vacation in the same places.
You gotta find his. You gotta find this cheat stuff like what fast foodie. Like there you go. That's how you catch him.
That's probably true. He might go with a smaller dedicated channel.
Yeah,
That's what we're kind of hoping for, but
yeah. That's. I mean, I know he's very responsive on Twitter when he is active, but he has like active spurts. You know what I mean? Like when
yeah,
he's
and
active,
you're
he's active.
competing for that
Oh my
active.
goodness, yeah.
So like it's not for someone who's not famous, he's famous.
He's for someone that's not famous, he is super famous, which is
Yeah.
weird. Like it's like you wouldn't most people wouldn't know him walking down the street, but he is affecting so many people. Like it's
You
crazy.
know, I was thinking the other day, I was thinking that right now that like I may not recognize a basketball player.
Yeah.
Like I might walk right past Draymond Green, right? But
He
like
did.
if I saw Donald Mustard, I'd be like, oh shit, is that Donald Mustard? I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I think I would recognize him. I'm pretty sure pretty quickly.
Because like for him, right? Like if you like cuz he has seen fans like in person and they
Hmm.
they've talked about the experience where he was like I loved meeting you. I'm sorry I had to shut down 10 questions. Like he had to shut down like every question they asked. It's like I can't say anything. Like it's crazy.
And there's a lot he can say.
And it's
Like
a lot he can say.
that's why I'm stuck on that whole. So like he said stuff about singularity, and
Mhm.
he said stuff about Midas,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
both of those are really sneaky.
Really sneaky.
Like especially
Because
the Midas one, and he's like at the end he's like, oh yeah, and he's not dead.
and
Like
he's
why would he say that?
yeah.
You know, it's like he went out of his way to say that Midas didn't die for a
Yeah.
reason. That was a long question. I want to read that again.
Yeah.
I think I'm missing something in the
Yeah,
last
what you
part.
yeah,
What if anything would you like Fortnite comics to have that is not there? Is that what he's asking?
hmm.
I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one.
I mean, there's a lot of holes in the lore. Like I want to know more about Jonesy and all that kind of stuff.
I
Um,
would I would like them to because chapter 1 was and I'm not talking about OG side. Like I'm not talking about the gamer side. You know what I mean? I'm
mhm.
talking about the lore side, right? If you think of chapter 1, hold on one second. I'll get back to that. I get what you. Okay.
Is there anything I would change? God, I don't get paid enough. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's not my pay raise.
I don't
Um,
mm,
I don't think so. I like where it's going. I don't think that I could have come up in a million years with a better way for
yeah.
the story to have gone.
Mhm.
Like for Fortnite to have a story,
Yeah.
the fact that making all these collabs makes sense,
Mhm.
the fact that they made this reality zero, every
Yeah.
single universe was based off of Fortnite,
Yeah.
and how it all connects from the 0 point, and that's why people were there, and that's why it loops, and that's why it does all these different things. I mean, 100%. I don't think there's anything I could or would change in the
Yeah.
lore
And and
or their approach.
for sure like I because like I'm going to just say this out. I've said this so many times, but checkmate on what they've done for these comics in the end event for both seasons. Like the fact that the event ended, the first issue comes out the next week.
Hmm.
Then September 17th, the season ends. September 28th, the last comic comes out. The last issue comes out. So it the beginning of this was the end event. The end of this will be the comic. Like they did that beautifully. Like that's
Hmm.
insane to me. Like so we get to experience where it goes, and then we get the last comic to seal that specific story. And I think
So,
they did that
yeah.
perfectly.
And in September, something else is going to happen. We don't know what.
Exactly.
Because apparently, this end event,
Yeah.
we don't catch up to it until the fourth issue, I think
Right.
they said.
Right.
So
Exactly.
the fourth issue is where we catch up to the event.
Yeah, yeah. Mac, from what I've seen, the last issue is September 28th, I believe.
I should have it up here.
Because originally I did see October, but I think
No,
it's
okay, I
September
only have
28th.
fourth here, so and this is in August, so
Yeah,
September would make sense.
yeah. I think it's September 28th.
But I don't have it up here yet because I don't have any covers to put with it.
Yeah.
Um, ooh, are we getting bows back because of this one?
By the way, that'd be. I love the bowls. By the way,
I did too.
by the way, Peach Momoko is a major cover artist. Just so y'all know, like
I
a
didn't know that, but
yeah,
I told Rob this is one of my favorite covers.
yeah,
I don't mind the art style. I know it's not everyone's favorite. I
hmm
like the art style, but I like that it has both sisters in it.
yeah.
So that's major to me. Um, I'm definitely picking up that one. If I don't get everyone, I'm definitely picking up this one.
Though it is right now, I believe it's 31 or 32. No, it's not. It's go to it real quick, Dylan. I think is it 24? It's one of those. It's two options. The price is very close though. It just went up this year.
Does it have?
Go to I guess go to submit. No, you
There we
shouldn't have
go.
to go to yeah, there it is. 24. 24, 35. And you can fast track anyone.
So it would be modern, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 24 plus 15.
If
And
you
if
want to
you
fast track it.
and I heard that you don't really want to have them press it. That's
Yeah.
what I heard. You want to do it through a third party. Oh, this is what I want to do. I want to get my magazine.
Yeah.
I had no idea what the Game Informer thing would be worth, but I really, really like it.
Well, yeah. I'll tell you one thing. It's freaking hard finding one that doesn't have the address on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Stray said he ordered 3 of the peach. Yeah, that's a good cover. Yeah, like those are one of those things that Dylan is big on that one, not just because of the art. He already liked the art, but he was
Mm-hmm.
bringing up how even though that's not the Imagine's first appearance, that is the Order's first appearance, and it's Imagine's second appearance on a cover. So
It's also them together,
right,
and their names together make the Imagined Order.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
which I kind of wish.
They were flipped the other way.
Yeah.
I knew
So,
you was gonna say that because I was just thinking as soon as you said it.
sorry,
It's the
it's
Order
Order
Imagine.
Imagined, which is not a bad name. The Order
Yeah,
Imagined.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, if they were flipped the other way, that'd be cool. But
Mac,
I
yeah,
like how they did it because she has the attitude, and the Order's more like
yeah,
controlled, kind of, and she's all like punky.
yeah. Mac is right, and Mac, shout out to my comic book store because August is gonna be real. The 17th and the 31st, that's insane.
Yeah. Who I really like these covers. And Doctor Doom, oh man,
Yo,
what an
yo,
entrance.
dude, that freaking page, Doctor Doom looked ill in that last
And I have
page,
to say, I
bro.
know nothing about Doctor Doom. I
Yeah,
never read the comics for him.
yeah,
I saw Fantastic Four, the movie, when it came out many years ago. Um, I don't know very much about him, but he is pretty
yeah,
epic
yeah.
in the
Doom is that
comic.
boy. First of all, I love that 1 of 25 by Barons. That one is
That one's pretty
super dope.
cool.
That's like one. That's like a very one of my favorite art styles. Like that type of 3D uh look like that. I like that a lot. But you know that Nakayama one.
Yeah, the Nakayama one's good.
Yeah. Put my
Yeah,
boy on
Doom.
there.
I know Doom is pretty classic. Shit, there's too much. We could talk about this for hours.
Yo,
It's already
literally.
12:45. I don't want to
What?
keep you guys
Oh
too
yeah.
long.
First of all, y'all a real one for hanging with us. It's
Um,
crazy how much we can talk about this.
if you guys have any other questions that you want us to like think and discuss, because I'm sure we won't have the answers, but if y'all have any questions, put them in the comments after the video.
Yeah.
Please like, subscribe. Comments will help too, so that we can get other people who are just browsing the videos. thanks for coming out, and thank you for all the good juju for my PSA
Yes.
order.
Yes.
It was a long wait, but thank you guys for revealing it with me. That was fun.
Please like and subscribe. Yeah, we already know y'all all subscribe. This is our real
This is
ones in
our
here.
group here, yeah, for
Definitely,
sure.
definitely hit that thumbs up for us, y'all. It helps a lot.
All right, thank you guys.
Have a good one, y'all.